What up, man? What it do? What it do? We back in the building once again. We got loyal to the game, boxing, and the co-host Drico Bay. What's poppin', family?
Brett Love, it's the Brooklyn way.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Man, we got a lot to talk about, man.
Sheesh.
Wow, a lot has gone on. The aftermath of our last live stream. Uh, and
Man,
then yeah, I mean that.
somebody said it went viral.
Oh, I mean, it absolutely did. I mean,
Uh,
our last live stream was the topic of most boxing pages subjects. Most boxers subjects, journalists, and shout out to everyone who was on the panel. Travion Blu-ray, uh, Bomac, BFTB. I call BFTB the goat because like everyone got their own style, but BFTB is just great at what he do. Like he got his own style. He just great at what he do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, BFTB, that's my guy, man. We go
Yeah.
back a long way. Even though I
That's,
don't agree with his pointers and
I mean, we go back a long way, and I don't agree with your pointers.
yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good,
yeah,
man. It's all love. It's all boxing, man.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely, man. So look, man, we have a lot going on this weekend. We have Tank, and Cruz. We also have Devin Haney, as well with Jojo Diaz.
Yeah.
Uh, Man, quite a bit went on in 135-pound division over this weekend. Uh,
Yeah.
man, what's your thoughts on this weekend's fights, man? I think it was excellent that we had fights on Saturday and Sunday. I think
Man,
that was
man.
great. That was a first for me with boxing, like to have two big main events on Saturday and Sunday. You know,
Right.
back to
Right.
back. What
Right.
was your thoughts on the
I,
fights this weekend?
I liked it, man. I seen lackluster from both of the stars. I seen lackluster from Haney. I seen lackluster from Tank. Tank surprised me. I knew Haney was pretty much gonna do Haney. He gonna
Okay.
outbox you. He gonna outslick you. He gonna do all of that. Tank,
What? Okay.
go ahead. Go
I was
ahead,
gonna say,
brother.
what surprised you about Tank?
Tank surprised his boxing IQ and his skills, man. I mean, from the last match with who he fight? Who's his last opponent?
Uh, I know you're talking about
Yeah, the
the dude
big
from
guy,
140.
Barrios.
Yeah, Mario
Or
Barrios.
yeah, yeah, him, man. Man, his skills, his fighting skill, boxing skills went up. He always could fight.
Mm-hmm.
But him measuring his distance, him controlling like the pace, him controlling the distance, him
Mm-hmm.
measuring out his temperament. He didn't get excited, he didn't get rushed, he stuck to the game plan. Um, and he had a tough guy, man. He had a tough guy in there, man. Cruz wasn't no joke. Cruz Cruz applied that pressure, man, and I wasn't really looking at the pressure Cruz applied more than I was looking at how uh, um, uh,
Tank Ford.
Tank, yeah, Tank handled that pressure. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So I was really looking at how Tank handled the pressure. I knew Tank was going to end up winning. Tank was trying to set him up for that uppercut left the whole night. And when he couldn't land that, he had to go to a plan B, then a plan C. Then when he broke his hand, he went to a plan D. So man, shout out to Tank, man. What
Tank.
was your take on it?
Man, I always said this. Like sometimes some people's skills get overshadowed by their power, and I think that's what
Hmm.
happened with Tank for the most part. A lot of times, his the emphasis and what he's known for is the knockouts and the power. You know, but Tank sets those shots up. Salute to you, Grindhouse Sports Nation. We appreciate you, man. Yeah, Tank,
Salute, Grindhog.
yeah, Tank sets those shots up, man. A lot of people just see the end result, but they don't realize how he got there. You know, because a lot of dudes who had power, but they're not consistent with getting the knockouts like him. It's not like he's a heavyweight where, you know, one punch normally changes. It could just be a knockout because these guys are so big. But
Mm-hmm.
like Tank, Tank the real deal. Tank is the real deal. But I saw Cruz fight before because he fought on Tank's undercard against Barrios.
Mm.
And he had a first round knockout. He straight pummeled the dude in the first round.
Mm.
So when I saw that Tank was fighting Cruz, I low key was nervous about the fight.
Mm.
Yeah, but like I knew Cruz was a better fighter than what people were giving him credit for because see what happened is Floyd go and pick the opponent right after Rolly and people like okay another Mexican guy another guy Tank's supposed to just roll over but I knew the whole time he wasn't someone Tank was going to just roll over like that
Mm.
and he showed it from the bell, the first bell in the first round. He won the first round, and he stuck to his game plan. And we talking about Cruz. He stuck to his game plan, and he was also very defensively responsible. You know, when Tank was
Mm-hmm.
throwing, Tank caught him with a couple uppercuts, not many, but when Tank threw that, many times when Tank threw that uppercut, he already was protecting that shot. He was already blocking even when he was dipping down low, because he kind of had that style a little bit like Mike Tyson, where he just bobbing and weaving and coming forward and throwing hooks and haymakers, man. And I just say, salute to Cruz. He deserves another big fight. Um, it would be nice to see him fight Tank again, but I think Tank probably will knock him out the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tank probably would, but it still would be a great fight. It's not like Tank wouldn't have to earn that knockout. He
Right.
have to earn it.
Right.
It's not just like a foregone conclusion. I just think Tank is capable enough to do it. And most people don't realize, Tank's extensive amateur background.
Mm-hmm.
People think Tank can't box, but I mean it was clear as day that he could box. I think the thing that is the biggest hindrance with Tank, and I would say, for instance, a Devin Haney, is just that height and reach. Because you're gonna, he gonna have to get in there. It's not that Devin Haney just has the reach; he knows how to use his distance. He sets up shots really well, and I mean, and he has great movement, foot movement on defense. So that would be a war because I could see because Devin Haney's the type of dude who's gonna pile of points up. He's just that type
Mm-hmm.
of fighter. He gonna
Yep.
pile up the points, but he get touched,
Yeah.
and that I mean it would make for a great fight. I mean, if you want to be the king of the division, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that, man. I was just really surprised at Tank and the angles. Tank showed, man, hey, man, him and Shakur, man, them guys really showed me a lot in these last two fights, man. Devin Haney he was Devin Haney. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
right,
you're going to get the box and the pit of pat. You're going to get the quickies. You're going to get these guys, Tank and Shakur,
yeah.
they up in their games, bro. They up in their games. Shout out to Goon. Shout out to our brother Goon. Goon a little busy tonight.
Hmm.
But he'll be back on here too. So you know what I'm saying. Big Tony, salute.
Salute you, Big Tony.
Yeah, Big
Appreciate you.
Tony. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, Tank showed me them angles, man. Tank showed footwork.
right.
He showed me the back foot. Man, Tank, hey,
Tank
if it
has
wasn't
skills.
yeah, if it wasn't for Tank height, man, that
He'd
would
be a he'd
that's
be a serious problem.
yeah.
Could you imagine if Tank was like 5'10", 5'9"?
Woo.
He'd be a problem. He'd
Yeah,
be a serious problem. I don't.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be close with the other guys. I'm just keeping it 100 because
yeah. He'll blow
salute you,
them out,
John.
man.
Yeah, I mean, because this guy he could
Salute,
box,
John.
he could punch,
Man,
uh,
he
and
can
he got
do
a
he
decent beard too because he took some shots. He got a decent
hey,
beard.
he showed me all of that last night, bro. He showed me the defense. He showed me that because Cruz was set. He had his defense set. And
Hmm.
we mentioned it before on the other episodes It's the offensive player's job or fighter's job to make you move those hands. You know what
Right.
I mean? And so, and Tank was mixing his punches up, man, but he was ready for that. Cruz, you can tell he went through extensive training how to defend that uppercut. And so it was like a habit. When he went down, he put that guard underneath and protected and tucked that chin. Whenever he went to the Mike Tyson thing, you know what I'm saying? So he was on it, bro. He was
Absolutely.
on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, salute
Yeah.
to you, Big Tony. Absolutely. I mean, look, this is our platform, especially on Facebook. I think, a lot of people come to our platform on Facebook and they expect different things and they don't really understand what the platform is for. You have some platforms that are hardcore boxing platforms, and that's cool. And ours is more like an entertainment platform. And Drico and I, we go back and forth because that's our brand. And
Right.
we always make sure that we keep it respectful when it comes to the fighters family, the fighters teams, the fighters camps. So it just is what it is. Just sometimes some people they get a little emotional about stuff, and that's on
Right,
them.
right.
But
And we protect the women at all costs. So if ever a family member that's a woman that gets on there, you might as well count yourself out because she can do no wrong. So if you
facts.
going back and forth with her, you
Yeah,
gonna be the
you
one
lost.
getting nailed.
Right, lost.
You know.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But but I'm gonna talk about Devin Haney. Devin Haney's performance, man. Um,
Hmm.
Devin Haney is Devin Haney, and I'm gonna steal a line from Cambosis. Uh, when he said he saw holes, and they asked him about his holes, he said, "Salute to you, Free Smoke." Um, he said, "You know what?" Cambosis was very classy. He said, "No, we're gonna just celebrate Devin Haney's win. That's for another time. He just want to fight, and we're gonna respect that." And that's what I'm gonna do with Devin Haney,
Yeah.
because I could be very critical about Devin Haney. He's a great fighter. Everything about Devin. I love everything about Devin Haney except one thing. Just one thing. I love everything about his work ethic, his skills, everything. I love about Devin Haney, but one thing is just that he's not exciting.
No,
That's
he's
that's
not.
the thing.
He's not.
Like he's a great young talent. He's a great fighter. He'll most likely beat most of the guys, if not all the guys. He has a chance to be the absolute best at 135, but he's just not exciting. He's not. He ain't box office. It's just
Yeah.
he's just
He's
not.
just
He's not.
he dull and gray compared to them, man. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they over animated. The others are over animated, and it drowns him out, or he's just a dull gray fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. He's just really he's like I said, he done the Devin Haney.
Right.
You know.
My thing is he trained with he trained with Floyd Senior, and he has a lot of skills. He got a lot of pretty boy skills. But one thing about pretty boy Floyd, especially at 135, 130, he was a knockout artist.
Yeah,
And that was from the time he was 19. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's when the time he was 19. Floyd was stopping people, and when he stepped up, for instance, when Floyd stepped up and got his world title shot against Gennaro Hernandez, and Gennaro Hernandez was like the best fighter in that weight class in the world. He was a veteran fighter, and Floyd made
Right,
this dude quit.
right,
It was one sided, and he made this dude quit.
right.
You know, and that's why I'm saying a lot of people, you know, they Johnny come lately, and they know Pretty Boy. They don't really. I mean, they know of money, but they don't remember Pretty Boy was a savage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute savage.
Pretty Boy was a savage, and Devin Haney's skill set is it's close. It ain't Pretty Boy. It's he got great skills. He got great
Yeah,
skills, but it's just that he's not an exciting fighter.
I take it. And salute to Freddie G, my brother. Grind hard. I seen your comment. Yeah, you're right. He's been trying, and it just ain't in him. He just got to do Devin. I see he trying to get in the flare. He trying to buy big necklaces. He trying to do whatever they do to get his name out there and keep it going and out of the ordinary. I seen him, went shopping. He got the Richard Mills and or watching all of that in the gram links, and I seen that video, man. But Devin, to when he gets in there with them big punchers, he gonna need something to keep them off him.
Well,
And
I think in a way, like Money Mayweather, he got
hmm
enough to keep people off of him. Like he got enough pop for it to be respected. It's just not enough pop to put people down. Like like elite fighters or fighters on his level that are
right,
gonna
right,
fight. And one of the things he said over the weekend that made me a little nervous was like he said it was hard to get to 135. He want to go to 140. And I'm like, man, there's bigger punches up there.
he gonna
Cause
get destroyed, man. I just don't see him having if he don't have the power at 135. When he get to 140, he gonna be ginger snaps. He just ain't gonna he just gonna walk through, son. You know
you
what I mean?
funny. You funny.
They they go walk. They go just walk right. They gonna
But
be like, you know,
but boxing is about matchmaking. They got a lot of Paulie Malinagis out there, each weight class in terms of power. So it's about matchups,
right?
and Cambosis, Cambosis as well. If they somehow fight, I don't see Cambosis having the power to knock Devin Haney out. I don't see Cambosis. I don't think Cambosis could beat Devin Haney. First off, I think Devin
Yeah,
Haney's just too. He's just too good of a boxer. But
right.
Cambosis is gonna make him fight though. But I just
Yeah,
think
Cambosis.
Haney's skills it's just it's a level above his.
Yeah, yeah. I think he can outbox. He can keep Cambosis off because Cambosis don't have the power to really threaten Haney like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So once Haney gets hit and he gets settled down and get in his groove, I think Haney gonna be able to outbox him and sit down on the jab and pick him apart from the outside because he does have those skills. But
Facts.
when he get in there with them stalkers, when he get in there with Tio that knows how to cut that ring off and know how to hook to the body and use that punch placement, and he get in there with Tank, that's gonna keep that pressure on him. Like he gonna be in quick enough to get under that jab and come with the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Shakur that's just as slick as him, but a little more power, I think, than Haney. But I think Haney should stay at 135. You might have to
Y- y-
starve
y-
yourself, Haney.
Well,
Haney, please.
it's some interesting facts though right here. Like AJ Johnson says, salute AJ, always supporting us. We appreciate
Salute
you, man.
AJ. Salute Don Dada.
You know what I'm saying? But like they said, it could be the weight cut because he said it's hard to make 140.
Yeah,
It could be the weight cut.
yeah.
So we maybe he gets stronger. He goes up. You know what I'm
That could
saying?
be.
Maybe he gets stronger. But look, I've been real nice to you, Drico. I'm not letting you off the hook
Okay.
because we gonna do this right here. You're not
I
allowed to
expect
bring up
nothing
Tio. You can't. He lost. He lost. Okay. We haven't
Yeah.
we haven't seen Devin Haney look like this in no fights.
Oh,
You
that
know,
that's true. That's true.
we haven't seen Devin Haney look like this in no fights. Your man was so beat up. He said he won 11. He won 11-2. That's 13 rounds. Nigga thought he was in a 13-round fight, fam.
Man, I just Dada salute. Man, listen, I seen that fight and I said, well, T.O. didn't get whooped, but he got beat. You know what I'm saying? You can't look past no opponents. You can't play boxing. T.O., you look past him at Haney. You look past him talking about Taylor. You went out and you got the beef with Bob Arum. I mean, you just look right past Cambosis. Cambosis did what he's supposed to do. He came in there and hey, he put his heart on his shoulders and heart on his sleeves, and he came in there throwing
And,
punches.
he boxed that man ears off. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he did.
I see too many holes in T.O. game. The same type of holes I spoke about in the second half of the Loma fight, his defense is suspect. His
Yeah.
defense,
I,
his defense is a little suspect, bro.
yeah, I think he lures them in there like that, man. Like he did. You know what? He started doing that with Comey. When he he did that with Comey, the lure Comey in, because Comey was standing on the outside and he was stalking him. And T.O.
Mm-hmm.
really is a counterpuncher, I think, by nature. I don't think
Mm.
T.O. really is a stalker. You know what I'm saying?
He got
I
to live up to it. That man came out talking about he gonna knock someone out in the first round. So that ain't. I guess
yeah.
that ain't from counter punching. Th-
No,
that
no.
he was confident, man,
That's
and
not his game plan.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
I mean that's not his forte. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
want.
mean?
Yeah, let me. I want to address this. Don Dada says these fights, if we're being honest, were showcase fights for both Haney and Tank. I agree with that. Haney
Yeah,
is still looking average. Hasn't made a jump like Shakur did against Herring. He got a great point.
yeah. Excellent point.
He got a great point. Because there was no parity between Shakur and Herring. And Jamel Herring's my dude. Like he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting for him, but I didn't think he was gonna win. But I was definitely rooting for him. But there was a separation in class. You know when those two fought. You know when Shakur fought Herring, there was a separation in class. When uh, Devin Haney fought Jojo Diaz, there was, I don't know, I wouldn't say there was a complete separate, there wasn't a separation in class, just one guy was a little better than the other guy. That's how I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
gotta. Yeah, Haney gotta. He better stay at one. He better stay at 35, bro. If you go up to 140, he getting his ass kicked.
Yeah,
That
I've
boy.
I've always thought from the time I saw Devin Haney fight, because I followed Devin Haney from like the beginning when he had a Devin Haney TV on YouTube years ago.
Hmm.
And I saw, they threw a big party for him at the Mayweather gym when he announced he was going pro, and then he did a bunch of fights in Mexico. I watched his fights in Mexico, and he won those fights. He used to spar. When Devin Haney was really young, like 16, 15, he was sparring like Sean Porter, Zeb Judah. He was known for having skills and having the goods. And
Right.
then here's what I will say, and I don't want to go too far into the whole business side, but I gotta salute Bill Haney, his pops, man. Getting all that money from the zone, hanging around Floyd, realizing getting hip to business. They did their little joint deal with the zone. Devin Haney was making big money, big purses for the longest before he even fought, you know, he was having guaranteed $1 million purses,
Right.
and I gotta salute Bill Haney for that. And his son ain't the most exciting fighter, but there was just such a hype and a buzz about his skills that Eddie Hearn bought that.
Yeah.
It was up to him to get in the ring and produce. And to this point, most of his fights have been one sided, but Tank is exciting. He's not exciting,
Yeah.
bro.
I think Haney is just basically staying stagnant, bro. I think he got that huge jump, and then he just now he's plateaued. Where
Mm.
Haney, Shakur
You,
is just
you mean
going up. I
you mean
mean
Tank?
Shakur and Tank. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shakur and Tank is on that
Mm,
that incline,
mm.
and I think that Haney is now he's plateaued because of that power.
Well,
Now he needs to work on that power. He needs to know how to throw it and generate it. He needs to get somebody in there that's going to be like, okay, listen, man, this is how you throw this power. This is the technique to give you more power out your money. You know what I'm saying? More punch for you, more bang for your buck, so to speak. He needs somebody in there like that, bro. You know what I'm
that,
saying? Because
that,
that cute shit, that ain't gonna work with them elites. That ain't gonna work.
but he got. I mean, look. Let's keep it 100. If Haney don't get clipped and get hurt, it's hard to beat him. If he's
Yeah.
not hurt, there's
Now,
not
but
many
he
people
got
who can
exposed.
outbox him. That's all
But
I'm
he get
saying.
and he got exposed too. So
Why?
now people looking at that, they looking like, wait a minute, this dude got hit and he got hurt during the credits. He was still hurt while the credits was running. Like, all I got to do is tap that chin
Oh Lord,
and it's
yo.
jackpot. So he
that
got that now.
I was a little worried about that. He took that shot, and I mean he finished. It was 2 rounds left. He finished, but
He
yeah,
was
he
hurt.
never he didn't recover. He didn't recover all the way. But
Oh.
but another thing that was really good though was I didn't see any signs of that in this fight. I
Yeah, he
didn't see
wasn't.
any lingering effect
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like Erickson Lubin, there's been a lingering effect from Charlo knocking him out. There's been a
yeah,
lingering effect.
yeah,
Big punches, small punches. If they hit him, he's a little wobbly now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I didn't see that from Devin Haney. So I gotta salute Devin Haney, man. He went in there, he did his thing. The fight wasn't close. It was what like 10-2 or something like
yeah.
that. I
It
mean,
was
it
something
wasn't.
like that.
It wasn't close. Haney knows how to use his distance, his reach. Uh, he works behind his jab, which is very important, which a lot of young fighters don't do, is work behind the jab as much. And he got great results. Point blank period, man. He got great results from it. But Blu-ray was supposed to. Bill Haney wants to work with Blu-ray. Bill
Yeah,
Haney
yeah, yeah.
wants to
Yep.
work with Blu-ray. From what I heard, Devin Haney, wants to be loyal to his strength and conditioning people. But I was like,
Mm,
man, this shit is business. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
one of the things I'll say that I saw it in the corner of the Haney's corner, everything was perfect, but they're also putting pressure on themselves to get knockouts. They hear the rumblings of people saying that he don't have power and stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah,
some of the stuff I heard Bill say in the corner was like, blah, blah, just get him out of it. It's like there was no place where Jojo Diaz looked like what Bill Haney was saying was accurate in terms of he's on his way out of there to get knocked out. There was no point in the fight where I saw that. But I saw
right.
some of the instructions where he told him, like, boom, 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 you could get him out of there. And I guess that's what you're supposed to say to your son, but I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? We don't believe you. You need more people. I didn't
Yeah.
believe that he was going knock that dude out. I didn't believe it. But again, on the flip side, the young guy, he's a great fighter.
Yeah, they
But
they are good, bro. They are good. I want now. It's time for him to move up. Now it's time for some competition. Now we seen your fancy dancing. We seen your nice little shoes. We seen your nice little outfits. Seen your nice little entries, ring entrances. Now it's time to get down to the get down. It's time for
I
you to start fighting top tens. See what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree, man. Look, so Facebook jail Mark says, "Ayo Drico, I take back what I said. Tio, I believe, would definitely give Haney major problems.
Salute.
Even even after L, look, Facebook jail Mark, we don't believe you. You need more people, okay? I don't believe you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can I can see what he's saying.
Cambosis, I don't listen. Cambosis, I can't say Cambosis can't punch, but I didn't see nothing major coming out of Cambosis, and he had Tio looking like this. So, you know, I, I'm not sold. I mean, if
Well,
Tio connects clean like anybody, yeah. But the question is, will he be able to? Because he ain't put Loma away either. Loma's a smaller guy. He caught Loma with some hard shit and didn't get him out of there. So,
Loma was playing defense too. Loma was playing Mikey Garcia, because
mm,
Loma know he didn't throw what 7 punches in 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So Loma was very defensive minded. When he opened up, that's the reason why he didn't get knocked out, because he didn't open up. If he had opened up sooner, he would have got his block knocked off by T.
yeah. Let me see if
He was
I'm
just too
trying to.
small. Loma just too small, man, and Teal just too big, and he too powerful for, I think, Haney. I think he'll run through Haney punches, because that night, Cambosis or Teal would have beat Haney that night that they fought. Cambosis was tough. He showed that grit.
Wait a
He
minute. Wait a
stayed up
minute.
on.
You said that night Cambosis and
I,
you saying Cambosis and Haney would have beat that Tio? Is that what you're saying?
no, no, no. Tio or Cambosis would have beat Haney that night.
What you saying this weekend?
No, the night that they fought.
Linares when he got hurt. Wait. So
No,
what
no.
fight are you talking
T
about?
when Tio and um Cambosis fought
Hmm.
that night, either one of those two would have beat Haney on
Hell
that night.
no. Hell no, man.
I think
Hell
so,
no.
bro.
Hell no. They
No,
both would have
Haney
lost to
couldn't
Devin
take.
Haney.
Haney wouldn't have been able to take that. Them dudes was battering each other, bro. They was slugging each other. Both of them had some whiskers. Shout out to Cambosis. Shout out to Tio. Them dudes was in there slugging each other.
But neither one of those. Let me tell you something. th- They would. Devin Haney would have controlled the pace. They would. The fight wouldn't have been at that pace. I
I
I
don't
I don't.
I
I don't
don't
see
know.
it.
I don't
Uh.
know. I see Haney on the run with them, man. I don't see Haney standing there. I don't see Haney fancy dancing. Haney gonna be on his bicycle, and he better get away from them. Them dudes was throwing heat at each other, bro.
Oh man. Grindhard Sports says, why hasn't Spence used Blu-ray his past three fights? Well, I don't know about his past three fights why he hasn't, but I know he was using Blu-ray for this in training camp for Manny Pacquiao. There was a huge difference in what we saw, what I saw from how Earl looked just overall. Let me see if I can find uh, a pic, but
And Grindhard,
yeah, I'm not
yeah. Oh,
sure.
go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead.
Flint, Michigan. What's up, brother? Um, yeah, I think and you got to think sometimes you want to test the waters and see what can you do. Maybe Spence just say, okay, I want to test the waters a little bit and see what I can do without Blu-ray for a minute, and then but we seen the results of that, zero knockouts. So
Facts,
we got to
facts.
go back, man. Got to go back to what Earl with the shag.
Right. So this is what Earl looked like. I think this was maybe about like 4 weeks, 5 weeks into training camp for Manny Pacquiao, and he was working with Blu-ray. So we can
Right.
see there's a that's a major difference already, and you know what I'm saying, like how he was looking before. Um, but I don't know what's going on with my computer. Hold on a second. But let me see. I don't know why it's doing this. Here we go. Yeah, let me just put this back up. Yes, there's a major difference. I saw a huge difference already. I mean, just the fact that he was already in shape was a win. But he looked bigger and different than he even looked for the Danny Garcia fight. Danny Garcia fight, he looked in shape. But he looked bigger in this camp. Let me see if I can find. I thought I saw. This is what he. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Is this a? Oh, this is a YouTube, so I don't want to pull that up. But this picture here, this is what he looked like against Danny Garcia. You can see he looked smaller. Let me do this one here. Let's pull this one up. So he was in shape. He wasn't fat or anything, and he looked pretty good going into the Danny Garcia fight. And we see him right here. But there's a difference. You can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? You can see the difference. This is the fight before without Blu-ray, and he's in great shape. But this this is with Blu-ray. You just see the difference. Core just
Yeah.
looks a whole lot stronger. Everything just looks a whole lot stronger. So, um, you know,
Even though that ain't gonna help him when he fight TC, but yeah, I see where you're going with it, bro.
man, look. I appreciate Terrence Crawford uh calling him out today. I appreciate that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Just understand when you go out to the ocean like that, like he said, uh, you know, there's a lot of space to hide. There's also there's a lot of space to get drowned in too in all that deep water out there in the ocean now.
nah, bro.
you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Terrence Crawford been wearing a floaty for 38 fights. He ain't had no one to take him in deep waters. He was jumping in the Holiday Inn pool. You know what I'm
Skills pay the
saying?
bills, baby.
I
Skills pay the bills.
I could appreciate that. I'm just saying, he was jumping in the Holiday Inn pool. The 4 foot pool, the 4 foot side. Finally, when he fought Sean Porter, he swam to the other side of the pool. Where they had the rope with the divider, and they said it's the deep end over here. Where he fought Sean
Right.
Porter, he just stepped to the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's like the water came up to his neck. But
Yeah.
when he get in there
Yeah.
with Spence,
I,
he
I
better
I like his
understand.
energy. I like
I,
TC energy, bro.
I like
Keep
it
on
too.
calling them out. Keep doing your thing, TC. You feel like you the best, you the most skillful at 147. Let it be known. Earl say no tune-ups. Earl say he ready. Then TC say, hey, listen here, baby. I'm out shark hunting. Hey, then hey, it is what it is. Let nature take its course, baby.
Oh, I mean, facts. Look, they got to fight. There's no other fight that we want to see anyway. So,
Oh
um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just taking a look at some of these comments. The reason why
Oh
Floyd
yeah.
controlled the fights was because he had respectful power. Haney ain't got that. Cosby going in on Haney's power, man. Haney ain't got that. And when he meets an elite fighter with power, he's gonna walk through Haney's punch. I believe that.
Yeah.
You know, you,
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what would be interesting though? You
What's
know
that?
what would be interesting, and most people might say, "Nah, he would beat him easy."
Ooh.
I like to see Devin Haney in there with Isaac Cruz, the same guy who was in there last night with Tank. I'd like to see that. I would
Oh,
like
that's
to.
a hell of he'll probably beat Haney, man.
If
He'll probably beat Haney.
the way he fought last night, I watched that fight.
Yeah, he was pressing. He ain't listen, bro. He took Haney shots, bro.
You mean Tank?
I mean Tank. Yeah, I'm talking about. He
Yeah.
took Tank shots, bro. Like Tank really blasted that dude on a few occasions, fresh. And well, you know he did. Hell, Haney. I mean, shit. Tank broke his hand on him. So shit, that let you know right there.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I saw when Isak, it says Isak Cruz. I saw when he was training and he was doing that old Mike Tyson shit for strengthening his neck,
Who
like
was that?
Isak Cruz who fought
Oh,
Tank. When
okay.
he got his head on like rolling on the ball, and you know what I'm saying, he's like
Yeah.
standing on his head and doing all those neck exercises.
I seen Mayweather do that before too, with
Yeah,
the thing and
yeah,
doing the.
yeah, but he
Yep.
was doing it the old school way where
Oh, really?
yeah. He
Okay.
really I'm telling you, I was a little concerned for Tank when I saw that was the guy he was fighting, bro. Cause I saw what he did because he fought in Tank's undercard for Barrios. He was the first fight and he knocked the dude out in the first round. I mean,
Yeah.
he did that same shit that he did. He closed the distance, got him in the corner, and just wailed on his ass. And I mean, put him to
Yeah.
sleep first round.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I
And
saw that Tank was fighting him, I was like, this ain't gonna be easy.
right. I'll tell you something else too, man. That might be a little factor in this too. That dude was shorter than Tank. Tank ain't used to fight nobody that's shorter than him
Yeah,
either. So
yeah.
that could be a factor too. It takes a minute to get used to this little dude coming, because you used to punching up. You know what I'm saying? So that might have had something to do with it too, man. But not taking nothing away from Cruz. Cruz is in that pressure. He used
That was
that
part of
pressure.
that his height was part of the problem because
Yes.
not only was he short, the way that he was dipping
Yeah.
and coming in,
Yeah.
he was so low to the ground. It was
Yeah.
like thank God Tank was close to
Yeah.
his height, or it could have been an issue because
Yeah. Yeah.
most
And he was throwing punches like he wasn't throwing punches like on the step. He was throwing punches in between steps, and it was like irky jerky, kind of like boop, boop, and it was just quick, man. And it was like off rhythm a little bit, but it wasn't off rhythm, but it was just not what you're accustomed to. You
right.
take a step, plant, fire. He was really throwing punches like right on the pickup, like boom, you know. But But man, he put pressure on Tank, man, and I give Tank credit, man. Tank adjusted, had to make about he adjusted that whole fight. Tank had to make adjustments.
Yeah, especially that, and a lot of respect to him because especially with the messed up hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
get
yeah,
to have one hand and deal with that kind of pressure or fight says a lot
yeah,
about his ring generalship, his boxing IQ. Tank, I was impressed. You know, there's a lot of people because Tank is associated with Floyd want to bring Tank down and say negative things, but I was impressed with Tank
yeah,
last night.
yeah. Tank
You
can
know,
fight, man. He showed me something. He showed
yeah,
me something. You know, I got to tear you down, but then I build you
yeah,
back up too.
right,
But I had to
right.
tear you down first. So yeah,
The Facebook mark says, "Ayo Kwame, you know that live made Bud call him out. Y'all should have ran with that. Bud took the easy ride narrative. Yo, I kind of thought about that because he had made a comment in his live saying like, y'all thinking I was ducking fighters. I was like, where he get that from? Because Trey was on here, so
yeah.
he done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? Because I
He
mean,
pay
it's hard.
attention,
No,
bro.
it's hard. Yeah,
He,
it's hard not to see it. So many people did shows on it the next day. So,
yeah, yeah,
he came out and fired his shot. But
yeah, yeah,
Earl not fighting him next, so you ain't gonna hear nothing out Earl. He ain't gonna start going back and forth. But I guarantee you,
yeah.
after his next fight, TC say something is gonna be on the popping. I bet you that. I
Nah,
bet you that. I bet you that. Yeah, yeah.
Earl, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you something. Earl see what we see. Matter of fact, Earl sees more than what we see. And when he look at TC, he sees that animal that has that potential to beat me. So when you got that going into a match, and Earl has never been put in a match where he's been the underdog or it's been like a 50-50 type of fight with. You
Kel
know what I
Brook.
mean?
Hell yeah, that ain't true. Kel Brook.
Well,
He
he was
was
expected he was
he was
expected to beat Kel though.
not, but no. A lot of people thought he wasn't going to beat Kell Brook. There was a lot of people who thought Kell Brook was a big welterweight. That was the biggest guy. That was the number one guy at welterweight. Yeah, from what I heard through
Yeah,
the
he was.
grapevine, Kenny Porter and Sean Porter went there to see Earl lose. They went there to see Earl lose because they was going to try to call Kell Brook back out for a rematch for the belt that they lost.
Hey, man, they was petrified to kill, man. Thurman faked a neck injury not to fight Kill. Then they had to drag Porter in the ring with him. Man, Porter was kicking and screaming like Pepe Le Pew before they put him in the ring. He was backing up. No, no, no. So, I mean, Kell Brook was doing his thing, man. But I thought that was probably a 50-50 fight. I didn't think Earl was going to lose. So I take that statement earlier back. But
That
all the rest of Earl's fights he's been, like, okay, Earl gonna win. Okay, Earl gonna win.
that says a lot though, right? Because
Yeah,
he got in there with a Sean Porter, and people thought that.
yeah.
He
But
got in there with
now with
yeah.
TC, there's a possibility you might lose. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
but I think that go both ways though. There's a possibility Terrence Crawford might lose too.
absolutely, it
So
absolutely is.
I think it go
But
both.
Terrence ain't worried about it. Terrence is out shark fishing, baby. We not
Okay.
worried about that over here, man. You understand me?
It sounds good. His confidence is real high. He just beat Porter, stopped Porter. You know what I'm saying? So his confidence is real high. So
Yeah,
look, he feeling himself. It's all good. That's what the sport need. Um, but
yeah.
but but all I'm saying is it's gonna be a sad day in Omaha after they fight. I'm just trying to tell
I
you.
don't think so. I don't think so.
I I'm just trying to tell I'm just trying to tell you, man. They might close down all the stores in the city and all that for a day in
Skills pay the bills, baby.
in remembrance of T. Bud Crawford. In
See, skills
remembrance.
pay the bills. Did you see all the skillful fighters? This is beginning to be a parody now. All of the skillful fighters have come up. They're winning. Ain't no lucky this, lucky that. You earn it because you're skillful. You win it. So it ain't no. I think Terrence Bud Crawford is a little more skillful, and I think he has a little more in the toolbox than Earl Spence. I mean,
Uh,
Earl Spence is coming off of an injury, coming off two injuries, coming off of eye injuries, coming off the accident. What he
mhm.
had one fight in between that, two fights in between that.
And I
He
mean,
looked shaky with Porter. I don't know what kind of
Look,
sketch y'all gonna get, bro.
yeah, but that's what you see. That's why I feel confident because of your last statement. You said he looked shaky with Porter. Y'all
It
gotta
looks shaky
stop
with Porter.
comparing. Y'all gotta stop comparing performances against people. Styles make fights.
No,
Crawford,
I ain't comparing them. I
yeah,
said he
but you
looked
say he
shaky
looked
against
shaky.
Porter.
I mean, he beat the man and he dropped him. I mean,
Yeah, but he was getting spun and dipped and off balance and
like
all
I
kind of.
like I said, you get a
And he got
fighter.
hit. And he got hit.
Yeah, but you get a fighter that doesn't believe that the other fighter has any chance of beating him and was out partying. I mean, he basically, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all scold the guy for drinking, you scold him for partying, and then when you say that this is what the guy was doing before he even fought Porter and wasn't even working out and doing the stuff he needed to do outside of the ring going into fights, then y'all like, oh, like that didn't exist. That wasn't the best Errol Spence against Mikey or Porter. And I think we all know that. We all know that. And that's exactly why I said Crawford was gonna knock out Porter because both of these guys are levels above Porter, and Spence was supposed to do it first, but he wasn't doing what he needed to do, and he didn't capitalize on it. But what I am going to do for Spence though is I am gonna call him out on something, bro. You on pay per view and you stop getting knockouts as soon as you got a pay per view. You owe us a knockout, fam, and it need to be against Bud. It need to be your next person, and it need to be against Bud. Because I feel like that's the only way that people are gonna really respect Errol Spence's win against Crawford, but he gotta stop him. He gotta
Earl ain't
stop
had a
him.
knockout in 5 years. You think you about to start with Porter?
Look, look, look. I tell you this though. I tell you this though. Out of
I
all the
cracked myself
people,
up.
I tell you this, out of the last three people that Errol Spence fought, Terrence Crawford got the worst chin out of all. He ain't got a better chin than none of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so Styles
But
make fights.
we can't say he got a bad chin because Bud ain't never been knocked out. So
I
we
know,
can't even question his
I
chin.
know. Look, the guy is skillful. It's almost like Devin Haney to an extent with those superior skills. He just got the power to go with it, where he could measure you out and hit you with hard shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he could do that. But uh
So
once you get in there, and fight him and make him fight you, you know, someone elite. We're not talking about jumping on people who just drew with Ray Robinson and Green Beans. We're not talking about people who got they kneecap shot off 2 years ago. We
I
not,
agree.
so I'm just saying we got to respect both of these fighters as being, the next tier up. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to find out who's the better one, but we both know that both of these guys are a cut above the rest in a
Absolutely.
division. It is
Absolutely.
except for you know where I'm going. You're gonna get mad, but my boy Boots a fucking problem, broski. I try to tell you now. Don't say I, don't say I didn't tell you.
I see Earl running from him, but
Mm.
I don't.
I see Bud running from him too. I see
He
Bud
ain't
running from
called
him
Bud.
too.
He didn't call Bud out though.
What
I
you
don't
talking
believe
about? He
the
yes he
last
did.
time
Man, cut
did
that
he
out. The
call?
first time he did. He been called
He
Bud
called
out.
him out. He called everybody out, didn't he? But we
No,
got something to
no,
do over here though.
no.
We just beat up Sean Porter.
When
We done what
no
no
when
other man has done. No other boxer has done before. We got Porter up out of there. Boots go play with somebody else. Right
look
now we unifying right now,
look
Boots.
look. We didn't hear nothing when first off when when Bud was trying to negotiate with Sean Porter, or we'll say Bud's team was trying to negotiate with Sean Porter the first time, and Bob Aaron came out and said that shit about $1 million, and Porter said that was an insult. Boot said, "I'll take the $1 million. Let's make the fight happen." There was a whole bunch of crickets going on.
That's true.
They weren't trying to go in that direction. But
That's true.
too big of a risk. Too big of a risk, bro.
Yeah,
too
I
too
agree with all that.
too too. I'm trying to tell you, Bud can't beat Boots. I'm just telling you, man. He can't beat him. I
I tell you what,
I bet money on it. He can't beat him. I bet money on
Bud.
that one.
I think Bud can beat Boots at this point. I
Yeah, but
think Bud and Spence at this point right here can beat Boots. Them bright lights, you got it, man. He's gonna be under so much pressure, bro. The camera's gonna be following around. The bright lights gonna pop on,
he
and
good.
he gonna be under 330,000 viewers, and the stadium gonna be packed. And Boots, he can't be cute. He can't. Spencer's fundamentally sound. Boots can't leave that jab out there too long. He can't pause with that right hand. I mean that left hand. He can't do none of that, bro. He
King
like, you know
David,
what I'm saying?
King David. I ain't saying he running. I'm just saying that he gonna lose if they fight. I ain't saying he running because I don't think none of these fighters are scared. I don't go with that narrative of like one fighter. Well, I say Keith Thurman was scared of Earl Spence back in the
Yeah,
day.
Keith Thurman was.
I'll say that, but
Yeah.
I don't. I normally don't say that a fighter is scared, so I'm not gonna run with a narrative saying that Bud is scared. I just think he's high risk, high risk, low reward for Bud. But I don't think Bud can stand up to the heat Boots is throwing. I really don't.
I mean, he looked cute against a
It
143rd
ain't
ranked
it ain't
opponent. That's cute.
it ain't cute, bro. That guy can fight, man.
I
You know,
mean,
it's fun.
you
You know,
gonna
it's
look
funny,
good,
right?
bro.
Right. It's
Yeah.
funny, right? Y'all go,
Uh-huh.
oh, look how, oh, when Spence beat Kell Brook, it took him 11 rounds. When Bud beat him after he had two broken eye sockets and then fight in the weight class for almost 4 years. Oh, he beat him better than Spence. But we ain't hear nothing about, you know, when Boots beat Delorme in the first round, it took Bud all them rounds to beat Delorme. We ain't hear all of that before. We ain't hear that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hear nothing about that. So we gotta keep the same energy, bro.
No, but
We gotta keep the same
I
energy.
I ain't doing the triangle theory, but right now Boots can't beat Bud. He
What
definitely can't beat Bud, bro.
why tell all
If
right,
y'all saying
tell me why.
if,
Tell me why. I want to hear why. Why you
if
say that?
y'all saying he can't beat Spence, he definitely can't beat Bud. I think Bud is
I
more
never said that.
skillful. No,
I never
I
said
was
that.
referring to somebody in the thing who said that. Who just said that? But oh, any mean said that, and you can't you. TC is more skillful than Spence. Let's just get that out there right now. He's
He got listen. He has a Terrence Crawford has a lot of skills. I don't know if I'm just gonna say like he just because the way you say is like he's just more skillful. Like they have different styles. They fight different ways. They're both very skillful
who
fighters. I think
who has more in the toolbox.
I would say Terrence Crawford has a little bit more in the toolbox,
Okay.
right? But
So
I
you
think
disagree with your boy BFT when
yeah,
he
but
said,
I've been said that. I've been
yeah,
said that though.
yeah,
I never said that. I've never been a person who's just like I'm not an extremist. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
But what I will say like yeah, you can say Bud has more skills in the toolbox, but I feel like Errol Spence has things in his toolbox that are better than Bud's that are elite. Like for one, his jab. His jab is he may have the best jab in the entire game.
I'll give him that.
He met you know that that's a huge weapon to have. It ain't no his jab is different. It ain't no Larry Holmes jab or Sugar Ray Leonard or a Roy. His jab is very different. It's a measuring tool. It's a range finder. It sets up his other punches, and it's also a power punch too. You
Yeah,
know,
I'll give him
he
that.
does a lot of things with that. And then on the flip side of that, he's definitely a better inside fighter than Bud. He fight better. He's a better inside fighter. You know,
I'll
so
give him that.
that's what I'm saying. There are things that yeah, Bud may be more all around skillful, but that's why styles make fights and matchups are super important when you look at the actual matchup. When I look at Boots and Buzz, I look at the matchup. First off, I think Boots has better skills than Bud. Me personally, that's not throwing no shade. I think in terms of from a skill set, I think Boots has more skills than Bud. I think the only thing that Bud really has over Boots, besides the obvious, the accolades and all
Right.
that. Besides the obvious, I'm talking about in the ring intangibles is he got more big fight experience, which plays a major part and a major key in there, you know. But on a flip side, I don't believe Bud can stand up to what Boots is going to dish out. I don't believe it. He
I
he gonna have
think
to he gonna have to show me because I don't believe it.
I don't think Bud's gonna stand there and slug with an Ennis. I think he's gonna use the same thing that Ennis has. I think it's gonna boil down to experience. I think that TC is gonna out experience him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Boots is cute. Boots does a lot of things and he's quicker, but then it boils down to the intangibles that TC knows from that experience that's gonna come through in that fight. That's why I give TC that edge and that grit. I think um that Earl can beat him too, but I think it'll be more. I think he'll give more Earl more of a challenge because Earl can't fight off the back foot, and Boots is bringing that speed and bringing that agility and that youthful athleticism. And Spencer's too straight up and down Frankensteinish, bro. And I think that Boots is gonna get loose on Earl. I think he'll get looser on Earl than he will TC. That's
I
just
don't
my opinion.
I don't know. The only reason I don't agree with that is because we seen the blueprint with Gary Anton Russell beat him with putting pressure on him, and that's what Earl's specialty is. And I've seen some of that. I've seen some glimpses of that in his fights, where when people are scoring is when they're in close on him and they're throwing multiple shots. But
Right.
if he's if you allow that dude to sit out there and set shit up and box your ass, you gonna have you done. And
But see, that's right there. That's a plus for him. I don't see Spence outboxing Ennis. And
no,
see, that's another thing. I don't see that.
but it's the same thing with Bud. Like we're
What?
not gonna say that gonna say that Spence is gonna stay there and try to outbox him because these two guys are similar. Bud and Boots are similar in that way with their skill set. But what I'm saying is, when you fight Spence, you're in a fight. You know what I'm saying? You you no matter what, you're not gonna see what you saw against when uh Bud fought Porter. If Spence fights Porter, because their fighting styles is different, ain't gonna be all that running around. Same thing when we saw Bud fight Victor Postol. Ain't gonna be all that running around. Spence don't fight like that. So eh, the matchup with Boots is a different matchup. It
He gonna
like
be there for Boots to hit.
right, and
Okay.
Boots also gonna be there to be hit too. That's the thing, So
Yeah. But
we
Earl don't have that one punch knockout power though.
yeah, but
We get it.
he got that break you down, slow you down power too, though, and then start teeing off on your ass, and you got major
Can,
problems.
can he handle that high octane that's coming from Boots Ennis? That athleticism, man. That Roy Jonesism that
We
he has,
we
bruh.
we we have to see, but if I had to choose one person, if I had to make a choice out of Crawford and Spence, one person beating Boots, I would pick Spence. I wouldn't pick Crawford. I just think Crawford is too small. I think
Uh, Not
physically,
me.
as a man, right? If
Yeah.
you look, I'm just all right. I just want to show you something. Uh, let me see if I can find some pics of Crawford at like 135, just so you can see his genetic makeup is what I'm talking about. He's just a smaller human being.
Who is that?
Crawford.
I think y'all done messed around and let Crawford settle in at 147.
Yeah,
I
that's cool.
think I
That's
think
cool.
he done settled in at 147, bro, and he ready. I don't see you see how he was throwing Porter around, bro? He was throwing Porter around with one
Hmm.
hand, bro.
Hmm.
He was spinning Porter, kept his balance, bro. I don't think Earl has enough in the toolbox, bro, both offensively and defensively to stop them fellas. Matter of fact, you know what, man? I ain't gonna even say nothing, man. I ain't even gonna. I was gonna say I got Bud stopping Earl, man.
Okay.
I ain't gonna
I
even
mean,
say nothing.
look, if that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I got Earl
I'm
stopping, but
I'm looking at the fight, bro. In my head, I'm playing it. I'm like, Earl get hit, Earl get spun. He really ain't been in there with nobody like TC that's gonna spin him and hit him off the spin and knows how to hit and got the power to. Man, I'm going for Bud for the stoppage, bro. I got Bud knocking. I got Bud stopping Earl. I don't know if it's TKO knockout what, but I
Oh,
got for right here on record. I'm gonna say that I got TC stopping Earl Spence.
Okay. Look, hey man, look, that's fine. And I got it. I got it. The flip side. I got Earl stopping TC.
I don't
I
know
got that
how.
fight going easy. I got that fight going very similar. And don't call me a genius when it happened either. I got that
Oh,
fight going the same way the Kell Brook fight went. Crawford
no,
gonna have
hell no.
hell yeah. Crawford gonna have success early. He gonna box. They gonna have success early. Earl gonna stay in his chest and he gonna wear him down. And he gonna fuck him up. Watch and see.
Hell,
That's how they gonna
hell,
fight. Bud
hell.
Bud is not going to be able to keep Earl Spence off him. I'm trying to tell you that he's not.
Why
He's gonna
not?
have. He ain't.
You got Boots beating Earl?
I I don't want to admit it, but yeah.
Okay. So how is Boots gonna keep Earl off him if TC ain't? And TC is more experienced in that ring, bro.
Because
How explain to me that.
I already told you that with Boots, if I was to pick a person to beat Boots out of the two of them, it would be Earl because of his style. And Boots has had issues with pressure. What I'm saying about Crawford is that when Crawford, the only chance Crawford has to beat Errol Spence is if he's able to keep away from Spence the whole time and try to play Matador if that shit work. But it ain't gonna work. I'm just trying to tell you, it ain't gonna work because Terrence Crawford don't have better defense than Floyd. He don't have better foot movement and defense than Floyd. There's nothing about Terrence Crawford's defense that's remotely on the level of
You
Floyd
say
Mayweather Jr.
Floyd.
Yeah, I'm talking
We
about
ain't com-
Floyd.
we
I'm,
ain't comparing him to we
but I am.
comparing him to
Let me
we
make my point.
comparing Bud to Spence.
Yeah, but let me
We
make
ain't
my point. But I'm talking about defense.
yeah.
I'm talking about defense. And we know
Okay.
Floyd has defense and Earl fucked him up in sparring. And I'm not just saying like it's sparring. What I'm saying is that in terms of of matchup, what you don't appreciate about Earl Spence is what I'm telling you is his footwork on offense. You think guys are just in front of him, he keeps guys in front of him. He
Now,
keeps guys
I
in
wouldn't
front of him.
say foot. I wouldn't call that footwork though, bro. I would just say that Spence is good. He's great and excellent at cutting off the ring. I
Well,
wouldn't say he has
you
great
go. Well,
footwork.
I mean, how you
He's
cut off
slow.
your the ring with your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, but when I'm thinking of footwork, I'm thinking of what we can't put him in there with. We just talking about Tank Davis. That's footwork right there. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? So when I see footwork, that's what I see. I see that Earl he can cut off the ring because you don't have to be like Tito Trinidad. He cut off the ring. Boom. He'll cut it off. Boom. He knows how to do that. But Trinidad, he's on bricks too. You know what I mean? He got bricks for shoes too.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? They just good at cutting off that ring. They're good at anticipating where you're gonna go. That's why Earl throws that jab out there to he lines you up. He don't necessarily I want him to go to the right. And he throws that jab out there and misses on purpose so you can move into that range. So and then he's already stepped over there and cut you off. Excellent. I see everything Earl do, bro. I see everything Earl do. And he does little stuff like that. But when you trying to add up that money and you got TC pop 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 and he on the run and he hit before you know it, bro. You down 7. Now you doing. Now you gotta come. Now you gotta press and you open yourself up and look what happened to
Okay. So this here is what I want to show you, family.
you.
So I'm going ahead and show this real quick. This is Terrence Crawford against Gamboa. I want you to look at his frame. Look at this man's frame. Look at his frame. He's this is not who he is today, but what I'm saying is that this is the size he was before. Now, I want to show you what Boots Ennis looks like. He's a physically bigger man. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. With skills just as good or better than Terrence Crawford. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
That's where it boils down to experience. That's why I was telling you. I'm trying to get you to understand. It all boils down to experience. They same size, bigger, whatever. When Boots step up in there, he's gonna see, he's gonna get an IQ. He's Boots is gonna have to fight Terrence Crawford's fight. Terrence Crawford ain't gonna fight Boots fight. You
You
see what
don't
I'm
know that.
saying? So it's a lot of things that's gonna happen in there that Boots is not used to. That he it will the shit will hit the fan once he get in there, and it'll be too late then. Same with Earl. Once Boots, if Boots ever get in there with Earl, Earl gonna apply that pressure. He gonna cut that ring off. He gonna be up there on him. He gonna hit Earl. Earl ain't going nowhere. And oh my God, what you gonna do now? Because you used to dropping people. You see what I'm saying? But now you hit Earl and he's still up there in your chest, snatching that body from you. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Well, I
Mom
mean,
spaghetti.
right, and I say the same, and I say the same thing. I say the same thing. How Crawford going to deal with that heat coming at him? Because we know when he be getting hit, his body be doing shit that he don't be wanting it to do. He be getting hit, his body be telling on itself. It be, you
How
know,
TC gonna deal with it?
yeah. I'm
Earl
just
he
saying. No, I'm talking about Boots' heat.
Oh, Boots ain't got enough experience for Terrence Crawford. Boots ain't got enough. Boots ain't got enough for Boots ain't got enough for Terrence
So
or
so
Earl.
so
If we
what you
get
tell
past that,
so what you telling me is a guy who had a draw with Ray Robinson that was able to land clean effectively and drop Terrence Crawford, but you don't think Boots will be able to land a clean effective punch on Terrence Crawford. So
Ali
Green Beans
knocked
could do it,
out
but you don't think Boots could do it.
Ali knocked out George Foreman, but Leon Spinks beat him. So
Yeah,
we can't go by the triangle theory. We
I'm
just got
not,
to go for what's in front of
but
you.
that's not a triangle theory because Boots has never fought Green Bean, so there's no triangle. What I'm asking is that a guy you're saying Terrence Crawford's experience is gonna help him win a fight, and I'm saying, okay, I could appreciate that point, but tell me what about his experience is not gonna get him clocked by Boots and show you how he's gonna have to handle getting popped by this guy.
I don't think he's gonna take the chances with Boots that he takes with different fighters. Just
Every
like
time
Sean
he get
Porter.
hit, he take chances. If you hit Terrence Crawford, he's gonna take chances. That's
Yeah,
who
but he
he
need
is.
that. He needs that though. Some fighters just need to taste that blood, man. You see what happened when you get a fighter like Terrence Crawford, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what's amazing about this man. Did you see in that corner when he said, "I'm down"? I said, "Yeah, he kicking your ass." He said, "I'm kicking my ass." Yeah, he kicking your ass, man. Okay, bam. He go out there now. Green Machine hits him. Wow, embarrassing. What happened? Boom. Gamboa. What happened? Boom. Like this dude right here, bro, he can turn it on. I don't. I'm
I got
telling y'all,
okay, I
we
got a
only
question.
seen.
I got a question
Yes,
for you. I got a
yes,
question
sir.
for you.
Yes, sir.
What what big fight or what step of fight has Green Beans won?
None.
What none. Okay. What step of fight has Sean Porter won in his career?
None.
Okay. I rest my case, bro. We not talking to we talking about him fighting someone when we talk about Errol Spence, someone that's on his level, an elite fighter. That's what we're talking about. There are levels to it. And that
Yeah,
fight could have easily went 12 rounds if Sean Porter didn't go in there lunging with his head down. Errol
bruh.
Spence don't do
Are
that.
you are you saying if we can't say if we got to go with the facts? The facts are Sean Porter did come in there with his head down and he did get TKO. That's just how we gotta have it.
His
You
dad,
see what I'm
his
saying?
dad threw in the towel, but I hear you, man. Look, I,
Yeah,
I hear
well,
that. But
okay.
I don't want to.
Dad
I
threw in
don't
the
want to. I
towel.
don't want to get off the fact that Boots is not 5 foot. Look, Boots is not Felix Diaz and Sean Porter, a short guy who's coming in there lunging and throwing hooks and shit. This is another guy who got footwork like him. This is another guy who got the same reach as him. This is another guy who is taller than him. We've seen how Terrence Crawford has fought against guys who are taller than him. He fights different. I said this. I study how the guy fight. When he fought Jose Benavidez, he fought him different. He wasn't all aggressive and all that shit. He got his knockout, just like Sean Porter, was impressive in the 12th round, but there was no dominating nothing that he was doing in that fight. And he caught him with a good shot and put him out. And all
I
all
like I like how you just try to slide that knockout in there though. I
Yeah,
ain't see
because
nothing different than
I've
what he
said
did.
this
He
from
hit him with a
before.
good shot
But
and he
I
knocked
said
him
this
out.
from before, bro. If you
You
watch,
smart.
listen,
You
if you
smart.
all right, but let's just keep it 100, right?
Yeah.
If you watch the fight from round 1 to round 11, there was I'm talking about Benavidez. There was nothing that Terrence Crawford was doing that was so and there was nothing like, for instance, if you watched I forgot what round Shakur Herring and Stevenson was in. It was like the 8th round or something like that. But if you watch round 1 through round 7, the round before Herring got stopped in that fight, you saw that Shakur Stevenson was on a completely different level than this guy. It was obvious that Shakur was on a different level, point blank period. When Terrence Crawford fought uh Postall, when he fought Benavidez, when fought Sean Porter, Postall he didn't stop, but he dropped him. What I'm saying is when you watch these fights, and I'll go to Benavidez and I'll go to Porter because those are the two fights I actually match up together. If you look at the rounds up to the rounds before the stoppage, there was nothing. There was nothing that was showing that he was a level just like clear cut above this guy. And I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is that you didn't see that huge separation the way you saw it with Shakur Stevenson and Herring. When you just the way you saw it with Floyd and Arturo Gotti, the way you saw it
Right.
with Floyd and Diego, you don't see that. You haven't seen that. But anyway, he got the guys out of there. I can't knock him for that. But all I'm saying is that you didn't see that, and these guys are not fighters that are on his level. These are not elite fight. These are not guys that you put in the ring with him and say, okay, this guy could beat this guy. There's a chance this guy could beat this guy. And the reality is, Errol Spence and Boots are two guys that if a fight was announced today, right now, between Terrence Crawford and Boots or Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, there would be a huge portion of people that would believe that would pick the other way of Terrence Crawford. When he's fighting Sean Porter, there's not a huge percentage of people who saying Sean Porter's going to win. You're going to get the haters who hate on Terrence Crawford that say Porter's going to win just based off that. But you're not going to get the vast majority or a huge part of the pie who's going to say Terrence Crawford's going to lose against those guys. But he fight against Earl Spence, he fight against Boots. A lot of people in the boxing public is going to say, "Hey, I'm leaning the other way," and they wouldn't be wrong. And if a person said I'm leaning towards Terrence Crawford, they wouldn't be wrong. That's all my point is that you're saying all of these things he's done, like is great. But just like I said, today when he made that comment about looking for a big fish, he better watch himself because he's been fighting and he ain't been in the ocean. His career is 39 fights in. Most of his fights been in the pool. Sean Porter was a lake. You know what I'm saying? He had a floaty
Bruh.
on for a
Bruh.
good 38 fights.
Bruh.
He didn't hop in the ocean yet.
Listen. Same way you speaking about TC, you should be speaking that about Boots right now. TC done proven itself, bro. We got 6 belts, 3 weight divisions, captured at 147, moving up like the Jeffersons. We moving on up like the Jeffersons. We out here shark hunting now. Spence got up and left at the fight. I mean, went back and tweeted. Yeah, Spence the tweet champion right now. We give it to Spence as the tweet champ. Now TC is doing what he's supposed to do. He's saying, okay, listen here, Earl. If you don't want to fight me, I don't want to fight you. You ain't running nothing over here. The train gonna move over here without you. But if you want to fight, I'm
Man,
right here.
man, Drico, I'm the wrong person to have that conversation with. Now you know that. Like Eddie Hearn just told us. Eddie Hearn just told the boxing public, "I'm not touching Terrence Crawford because the only fight for him is Earl Spence." That's what an
No, he
outside
got more
promoter
fights than
said.
that, bro.
Who?
He got more.
Who?
What? Listen, what promoter would even say that, bro?
A
What I
promoter,
just gave
a
right
promoter, a
now.
promoter who respects his money. That's what
Listen,
promoter would say that.
right now, see y'all be falling for anything that these people be telling y'all, and y'all be running with that narrative, and y'all say, okay, well, yeah, okay, it's negative about Terrence. I'm gonna run with it. Man, the fact is that man got more accolades and more things than Earl Spence. So if Earl
So
Spence
what?
can be up there, Terrence Crawford can be too. He just didn't have the proper promotion to put him up there, bro. But
What
I just said the two things that I just said right now puts him over Earl.
what let me ask you
Six belts, three
let,
different weight
let me
divisions.
let me ask you a question,
I
right?
mean, what the
What are
hell are we doing
so
here?
let me ask you a question because we I want to make sure we stay on topic here with this.
Yes, yes, sir.
Why are promoters why why are promoters in boxing? Why would a person get a license to be a promoter in the world of boxing? What why would you become a promoter?
Bro, you gotta love the sport, and you gotta be ready to get that money, bro.
The
That's what it's all
fans
boils down to.
so it's about loving the sport and the second thing is about money, right?
Yeah, it's about getting your money.
So you don't even have to love the sport because shit, you don't have to love something to make money off it.
Yeah,
So with Eddie Hearn saying what he said, I mean, he knows that like this is what this man knows. Like this just some real shit.
I mean, you you you.
This is
It's
what a
easy
promoter
to
is
say.
looking at. No, this is
It's
what it
easy.
is though.
Yeah, it's easy to say that, but do you honestly think? And I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask the people in the chat, everybody in the chat, and I'm gonna talk. Don Dada, you absolutely correct, Don Dada. The WBO body, it automatically mandates you if you're moving up in weight. So BFTB was wrong, absolutely wrong
He
when
wasn't
he
wrong.
said what he said
He
that.
wasn't wrong. Anyone can mandate you. Listen, there's
But
been
the
people who've been
WBO,
mandated. Yeah, but there's been people who have been mandated, but they still didn't fight who they was mandated to fight. That's one sanctioning body. I'm not saying that
yeah,
he
but he
wasn't
didn't do.
mandated.
But TC didn't do. He was mandated to fight for the WBO, so it
Yeah,
wasn't like he picked.
and he went the
Yeah,
easy and he went
and
the
and then
easier route.
and then let me say this right here though, because Earl didn't say come and take my belt, TC. He said go get a belt and we'll fight. He didn't say I'm
Well,
right here, fight
well,
me. So
of
okay
course,
then,
but of
can I
course,
kill
I
him with
mean,
that chat?
no,
Chat,
but
did I just kill him with that?
no. Actually, you didn't because what would be his point of fighting Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford has no belt and he fights for top rank?
But
What?
that
What? Why
debunks
would?
that whole.
He always listen? There was never a point in time where Earl Spence said I wouldn't fight Terrence Crawford. There was never a point in time where he said that. So there's no debunking anything because
Yeah, that
the same
statement.
way those guys decided to say at that same time, those guys also decided that they was going to take the easier route and go the WBO route because that's who promoted them. You
Bro,
know,
and
Aram had the WBO over there.
how can y'all stress the easy route when Earl is the one that invented the word easy route? He
Yeah, but
invented the song.
you gotta go by actions.
He
And his
invented the
actions,
song.
these actions that they did was long before Earl said
Bruh,
anything.
what did Earl say? I go the easy route and go Sean Porter. Earl did it. He went the
Right.
easy route. He said what he
Right.
was
But
gonna do
it's
and
the
he went
same
it.
thing. Listen, but it's the same thing that Bomac said, bro. There's no difference in it. They went the easier route in terms of business. It was easier to make those fights on both ends.
Yeah.
If Al Heyman got the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF, it's going to be an easier route to go fight for those belts than it is to go fight for the WBO, who's over there at top rank. The same way it's easier
But
for Bud to go fight for the WBO than to
that
fight for any of those other
I
ones.
mean
But the
that's fine.
truth of the
Listen, go
but
ahead.
the
I'm
truth
sorry
hold
I
on.
cut you off,
The
bro.
truth of the matter is though, the truth of the matter is there was only one person who was in a position to mandate any belt, and that was Crawford moving up. That I mean that's just true. They
Well, the
decided to go the route that they
WBO
wanted to
mandate.
go.
The WB, I don't know if y'all really versed in that yet, but let's do some homework and then let's get back on to the
So
next.
let me ask you a
The
question. So let me
yeah,
ask you a question. So let's just say that so the WBO mandated them, right? That I get
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Let's just say for shits and giggles, Bob Arum really believed that that Terrence Crawford could beat Errol Spence. As soon as he moved up, he
Yeah,
believed, it, right?
yeah.
Where would the WBO be going if Terrence Crawford went for Errol Spence and would have beat him and took that belt? Wouldn't that have been better for Bob Arum now to have more bargaining chips instead of 3 belts being over at PBC? He could have had 2, and they could have and it could have been a legit uh
Well,
50-50 type thing or whatever if he would have went and got a belt from the PBC and brought it over there. But of
I,
course they didn't do that because the risk is too big. You send him over there and he lose, he don't have the same buzz. You send him over there and he lose a fight, his first fight fighting the biggest and best guy at the sport. That's not a smart business, especially if ESPN
right.
just gave you
So
all
that's
this
my
dough.
So that's what I'm saying with BFTB. That's not smart business for TC to do. So when he said, "Oh, he could have fought Earl Spence off the gate and did this, that, the other," that's not smart business, BFTB. You know what I
Right,
mean? And that's my brother
right.
lover. But that's not. We're gonna go over here to this WBO and get this mandate and get and
So
knock
so
this out the way.
so you tell me what about what you just explained is any different than what Earl Spence did? Get saying he's gonna take the easier route and fight. Uh
I'm not stressing that. That was everybody else stressing. Oh, Bomax
oh,
had the
okay.
easy route. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying Earl said that first. As a matter of fact, I think Bomac was mocking him. I mocked him first on the show when I said it. I said, "Oh, TC took the easy route." You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I didn't
he
catch
wasn't
no
mocking
flack
Earl.
for
Bomac was just talking. He
it.
wasn't mocking
Yeah,
Earl. We ain't going. He ain't getting no pass. He
yeah.
wasn't mocking
but you
nobody. He was
yeah,
reactive in his response.
but you
He
can't
was.
say that about one and hold one more weight than the other because Earl said it
We
first.
no, but we have to because you know why? Because a lot of the boxing public kept
How?
because to this that
If
was shit
if I
was
say
said.
the same thing as you said, and then they hold your feet to the fire, how's that fair, bro?
I'm gonna tell you how it's fair because
Okay.
what already has been done is Earl. This was said in 2019. We going into 2022, and people are still bringing up him saying the easy route. So if they have to keep the same energy because you just explained that both actions that each party did was the same thing. They both didn't make good business sense to go in the other direction.
Right.
And it was easy to go to WBO for Bud. It was easier for Earl to go to the WBC. So if people are going to use that narrative on Earl talking about the easy route, then Bud got to wear it the same way. He got to wear it the
I
same
mean,
way,
but nobody gave Earl no flack about
we
that
have
though.
to kill.
Bud
What are you
said, I
talking
mean,
about? That's what
Bomac said it. Y'all act like he was said antichrist statement or something like that, man. When Bomac said it, Earl said it 4 years ago. Earl said and done
and
it. He not only
and
said it,
people
Earl
said
done it.
the same. But what do you? But here's what's so funny about that, right? If we gonna break that down, you talking about he said it and done it, right?
And if Earl
But
wanted to fight
but
TC,
Bud
he
people
wouldn't
didn't
have
say it.
said
They
go
did
get a belt.
listen. Bud people didn't say it, but they actions done it, and then they admitted it later. And then when you look at the reality of it, Bud Wade was the easier route. He had the easiest route trying to score a payday with Errol Spence. Looking at who he fought from Horn that everyone said was food, the same way everyone was trying to call Cambosis out as food, right? That was his first opponent. Then we had Benavidez who was shot in his kneecap. Then we have a chinny ass Amir Khan, right? Then we follow that up with the guy that tied that had a draw with Ray Robinson, a guy that Ugas knocked out, and Ugas don't even have power. So if we're gonna sit up and talk about who said it and done it in terms of the easy route, we got to hold Team Crawford to the fire for that. Point
For
blank,
what? For
period.
saying he taking the easy route?
So so so
Come on,
so you're
bro.
telling
How
so let
y'all
me ask you a
serious?
question. So you're telling me that
Y'all
you're telling
serious
me that
here?
so you're telling me that let's do the matchup from the time all this shit started, right? So what you telling me is that Jeff Horn, right, was going to be a tougher fight than Mikey Garcia, who was ranked, who was a pound for pound fighter. That's what you're telling me.
Jeff
Even though
Horn?
Little Mikey, you telling me that Jeff Horn was in the same class as Mikey Garcia was when he was 39-0
Oh,
and had
listen,
belts.
baby. Listen, baby. Let me tell you something. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, which is a legend. which Earl Spence was trying to get a
Manny
boxing
Pacquiao
match
was
with
on the
Manny Pacquiao.
downside of his career, bro. Manny Pacquiao
I,
was on the
I,
downside of
I,
his career, bro.
I,
Let's just
I,
cut the cap.
I,
He was on
I,
the
I.
downside of his career. He
We
had
can't,
just listen. He had just lost to Floyd. He was on the downside of his career. Let's just keep it 100. Ain't
we
nobody
can't
was
say
picking
that
Manny
though.
Pacquiao to do anything.
Okay, so why did Earl Spence want to fight him so bad then? If he was on the
Listen,
downside of
nobody
his
was
career,
getting. Yeah, but everyone expected Earl Spence to
see,
beat him
see, y'all
too.
not keeping it. Y'all
I
not
am
keeping it
keeping it.
across the
I am.
board.
You're not listening. I am keeping it 100. Yeah,
Okay,
everyone expected Earl Spence to beat Manny Pacquiao. Everyone expected that. Everyone expected Bud to beat him. The guy's an older guy. He was trying to get out of his contract with Top Rank. Manny Pacquiao had to go fight Jeff Horn in Australia. We're talking about a guy who just did 4.5 million homes with Floyd on pay-per-view, and he has to go to Australia to fight Jeff Horn. You don't find something funny about that? Knowing that was his last fight to get out the contract. The same way that Bob Arum, listen to this. The same way that Bob Arum is trying to get TC to fight Josh Taylor in the UK, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. If you on your feet at the end of the fight, you're gonna win. They're gonna cheat you. That's just what it is. And then after Manny Pacquiao left, after he lost that fight, he was out in the cold and he wasn't being promoted by Top Rank no more. Right? And then
right.
he goes over to Asia where he's allowed to take his power pellets, and then he finally gets a knockout after 8 years against Matisse. Right? So all I'm saying is that Jeff Horn wasn't no world beater, and you know that. So let's not act
Bro,
like
we can't.
Jeff Horn is better than Manny Pat was
You
better
can't.
than
You can't say
Mikey
that.
Garcia.
You can't
So
say
Jeff Horn,
that.
okay. So Jeff Horn, tell me what point in Jeff Horn's career he's better than Mikey Garcia. I'll
He
wait.
beat Manny Pacquiao.
So what? He beat an
That
old
you
ass Manny
asked me.
Pacquiao. How many losses did was Manny Pacquiao an undefeated fighter when he fought Jeff Horn? Did he not
I
already
don't.
have like 6 losses on his record when he fought Jeff Horn?
I don't know, but whatever
Was
it
Manny
was
Pacquiao
attractive to
knocked out
Earl.
multiple times before he fought Jeff Horn?
I don't know what it was that Manny
Was
had,
Mikey
but it was a.
Garcia ever stopped in a fight? So you can't compare the two. You can't say because he beat man. So what you're telling me is the little guys in the Philippines who beat Manny Pacquiao and knocked him out, they was better than Mikey Garcia because they beat Manny Pacquiao?
You didn't ask me about them. You said was Jeff Horn better than Mikey Garcia, and I said I would have to say yes. I would have to say yes.
No, absolutely not.
I would have to say yes to you.
Absolutely not. Jeff Horn was never ranked, and even after his win with even after he beat Manny Pacquiao, he was never in the top 10 pound for pound. Never. And Mikey
No.
Garcia took a 2-year. He was out for 2 years, messing with Top Rank. He was out of the game for 2 years and came back and was placed in the top
Bruh,
5
are you
after
making
all
up
his wins.
excuses to why Manny lost against?
No one's
That's
making.
not
What
going.
excuse am I making,
That
bro? No one made any
that's
excuse
not
about
going in
Manny
the
losing.
record book. You know what's going in the record books, bro? Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao.
That's fine, and I'm not negating that, but that doesn't make him a better fighter at that time than Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was 39-0 with no losses, bro, and he
I,
went through multiple weight classes.
to beat a man, you got to do what? Beat the man, right? So if
Manny
Manny Pacquiao
Pacquiao
was the
wasn't the man, though. How is he the man, bro? How is he the
because he
man when
had
this dude in his last, let's say his last 6 fights, he was knocked out by Marquez and lost to Floyd Mayweather? What makes him the man? How is he the
because
man?
TC and Earl was chasing him, so he had to be something. What
No,
was
I'm
he? The
talking. No, no,
bag?
no.
What
Let's
was he?
go back. No, let's go back to when he fought Jeff Horn. You ain't getting off the hook and you ain't moving the
What about
goalpost.
it? Jeff
Let's
Horn
go
beat
back to
him.
when he fought
What
Jeff
about
Horn.
it?
When he
What
fought
about it?
Jeff Horn, say 6 fights before that, he was knocked out by Marquez Cole, right? And he also lost
Okay,
to Floyd Mayweather. And
okay.
Jeff Horn beat him in a split decision that most people said that he lost. It was a close fight and it could have went either way, but most people said that he lost. So because Jeff Horn eked out a win against Manny Pacquiao, what you're stating is that made him better than Mikey Garcia, who was 39-0, went through multiple weight classes, because you're the one who loves to talk about accolades when it comes to Terrence Crawford. So let's talk about Mikey Garcia's accolades. Okay, this dude was a
I would have to
champion.
say,
This dude beat Lipnitz at 140. He had just beat Broner. He beat Robert Easter Jr. and took his IBF belt. All right, and he knocked out some other Eastern European guy
so
cold.
you saying that 147, Mikey is better than Jeff Horn?
I'm saying
Is
he's
that,
just a better caliber fighter, period, than Jeff Horn. He's a better caliber fighter, point blank, period. So when you
I don't
saying
know, man.
when you saying that, oh well, Jeff Horn beat the man, Manny Pacquiao wasn't the man, bro. Manny
Well,
Pacquiao was just Manny
listen, bro.
Pacquiao in terms of
Listen, bro,
pay-per-view
bro,
buys, but he wasn't the man in boxing.
bro. When if he ain't the man, why was Spence chasing him? Why was
Listen,
TC chasing him?
pay-per-view buys. You're trying to change. You're trying to
Right.
change
I
things.
ain't
We're talking
changing
about
shit because
skill.
they was
You
chasing him.
are.
Is that a fact?
I'm talking to you about status, accolades, and skills, and you're trying to change it to pay-per-view buys and being a star.
Okay,
Manny
okay. So
Pacquiao has always been a star.
Hold on. So we talking about accolades now, right? So when we get on TC again, and I say, well, TC's accolades, you're gonna say, no, that's at 140. So we got to keep it even across the board. So now, if we talking about accolades, we're gonna talk about accolades.
Listen,
If we
listen,
not, if
listen,
we're gonna
listen,
go
listen.
147,
What you're
let's go
doing is
147.
see, I'm the man for this because I can stay on my square when I debate. Again, what you doing is you mixing accolades and pay-per-view, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you, even with this instance.
Bro,
Okay,
why?
man,
What are we talking
listen,
about numbers for? We talking about who got their ass whooped, bro.
listen, yeah, but
Listen,
what we're
Jeff
talking about,
Horn beat Manny Pacquiao's ass in front of Asia.
he didn't beat his ass, bro. A lot of people thought Jeff Horn lost. That's not beating someone's ass.
People thought
If
that he lost. What the record book
Teddy
say?
Atlas, bro, after the fight, do you want me to play the interview? Teddy Atlas told a nigga to his
No, I
face
want
that
you
he
to look
lost
in
the fight.
I want you to look in the record books and tell me who won this fight and why are we even talking about who won. Why are we
Because
talking about Teddy Atlas, bro? Why
listen,
are we talking about practice? Talking about practice.
the reason we're talking about it is because you said that Spence said the easy route and he took it. And what I'm telling you is that Bud, they didn't say it, they just admitted it now about the easy route, and they actually took it because there ain't a person on Bud's record that's better than anyone that Spence fought. And the proof is in the pudding because Sean Porter, a man who Spence beat 2 years ago, to this day is the best fighter he's fought. So when you talk about the easy route, you can't roll with the whole easy route because Terrence Crawford took the easy route. That was the
Bro,
easier route.
y'all can't
He had the
but
easier
listen,
route.
bro.
They
Y'all
listen.
jumping on Bomac for
No,
saying the
no,
easy
no,
route.
no.
Ain't y'all been knowing
Y'all
this
jumped on
before
Spence for it.
Bomac got on here? Ain't
Y'all
y'all been
jumped on
knowing?
Spence for it.
Listen, ain't y'all been knowing this easy route thing before Bomac even came on the show? Y'all
Bro,
been knowing that Terrence Crawford's record before Bomac even came on the show, right?
let's look at this because you talking about Manny Pacquiao was the man, right? So here's his fight with Jeff Horn. So before that, he fought Jesse Vargas, a guy with no punching power, a UD. He fought Timothy Bradley, another guy with no
See how
punching
you
power.
discouraging TC by saying that
That's not Terrence
Jeff
Crawford. This is
Horn
Pacquiao. This is
didn't beat
Pacquiao.
the man because Pacquiao wasn't the
But
man.
Pacquiao,
See,
no, but you trying to say he was the man, bro. But
no,
you saying when Jeff Horn beat him, he was the man.
the
First of all, listen,
conversation started with TC beating Jeff Horn, and I said, "Well, shit, he beat Manny Pacquiao," and then you said no. So you're trying to discredit Manny
I'm
Pacquiao,
not
so you can
discrediting Manny
discredit
Pat. I'm
Jeff
not
Horn,
this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
so
You
you
ain't
can
gonna
say,
manipulate
"Oh,
the
well,
panel.
TC beat Jeff Horn, and Jeff
You're
Horn
not
ain't
gonna.
shit because Manny
That's not what
Pacquiao
I'm
was."
saying. See. I know you like
I'm
goons.
trying to figure out
No,
what you're saying.
you like goons. See, what you try to do is try to make a narrative that ain't what we talk about.
No,
The
I'm trying to
reason we
figure out why
talking
you
about
discrediting
Jeff
Jeff
Horn,
Horn.
the reason we talk about Jeff Horn and Manny
Yeah.
Pacquiao is because we're talking about between Spence and Crawford, who took the easier route, and we're comparing Mikey Garcia versus Jeff Horn, and then we're looking at Jeff Horn. We're looking at Manny
Why are we
Pacquiao because
comparing Manny and Jeff Horn? I mean, Jeff
you
Horn
brought
and
it, bro.
Mikey.
You brought it up. What are you talking about? You the
Right.
one
Why did
brought
I
it up.
bring it up? Why did I bring it up?
You're saying that Jeff Horn was the man because he beat the man. He was the man who beat the man. And what I'm
Yes.
trying to tell you is that at that point, Manny Pacquiao was not the man, bro. How you said you beat the man who beat the man, right? And he just lost a couple fights before that.
It
Look
don't
at
make no
look at this.
difference.
Okay,
It don't make no difference.
I'm gonna show it to you, right?
Is Manny the
Okay.
cash cow, bro?
Here's
Is Manny the
yeah,
cash
but
cow at 147?
listen, you could be a cash cow, right?
Here
Because
we go.
no,
Bring
you
up.
could be no,
Okay,
you could be listen, you could be a cash cow, but that doesn't make you the man. That makes you a cash cow, right?
bro.
That makes you a cash cow. That doesn't make you the man.
Listen.
When you're saying he beat the man who beat the man, that means that you're saying he beat like the best guy. That's what you're stating. So I mean, basically, because let's
I'm gonna
look at
let you finish.
yeah, let's look at it, right? So this is Manny Pacquiao's box rec here. Okay, here's Jeff Horn. We go Jesse Vargas, right? Jesse Vargas, a decent fighter. Who's he beat?
Who?
Who's he beat? He don't have no punching power. They what they did, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you right here. Right here, when Manny Pacquiao got flatlined by Marquez right here, they put him in there with tomato cans. Brandon Rios, after Brandon Rios had lost to Timothy Bradley, was stopped by Timothy Bradley, then they put Manny in there with him, right? They put him back in there with Timothy Bradley, who had no punching power. They put him in there with Chris Algieri. They gave him cupcake fights so they could make the Floyd Mayweather fight, and then he lost that fight. Then they threw him back in there with cupcake Timothy Bradley again. Then they threw him in there with Jesse Vargas, another guy who got no punching power, right? And then he went in there with Jeff Horn and lost. So you tell me where in these fighters, because if we go 1-2 fights before he fought Jeff Horn, he had just lost to Floyd.
Okay.
And then he fought Algieri and Bradley and Brandon Rios. So you explain to me how Manny Pacquiao was the man at that point when Jeff Horn fought him. How was he the man?
Can I go now?
Mhm.
Why was why was Earl chasing Manny?
A-
Why was TC?
Answer the question. Answer the question.
What?
How was he the man?
Because he's the cash cow. That's for one at 147. Manny's the most decorated man at 147, hands down. He make the most money at 147. Manny is the jackpot at 147. Okay, period. That's what we talking about. So he also let's not negate that Manny is still Manny. Manny was still counted as a dangerous dude,
Okay,
even at that point.
Real quick.
See, I let you see.
No, you did.
Yeah.
No, I want you to finish that, but I just want to address. I just want to address what you said, because you said Manny was the man and Manny was the cash cow, right? At
Yeah,
147.
he was at 147.
Right? Okay. Was Manny Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao? That was on pay-per-view. That was a big fight where he got knocked out. Manny Pacquiao and Brandon Rios, that wasn't on pay-per-view. Manny Pacquiao and Tim Bradley, was that on pay-per-view? It might have been. I had to check. Manny Pacquiao and Chris Algieri was definitely not on pay-per-view.
Are you debating? Are you debating that Manny don't get numbers, bro? Is that
I'm
what
not
you're
debating
debating?
that he don't get numbers. I'm just debating after he was flatlined, the fights they was putting him in with these non-punchers.
I mean, what do
They
I'm trying to figure out where
pay-per-view fights because they were trying to build Manny's confidence back up so they can cash in with him fighting Floyd.
Well, I'm
That's
trying
what
to.
they did.
I don't want to talk about Floyd right now. We know that Floyd and Manny did. We know that was a strap that will probably never be ever done again in life. We know that right now. We talking about the when you asked me, you said what is Mikey and at 147? I would have to go with Jeff Horn, bro. Jeff Horn has a better record. Mikey don't even got a victory at 47, do we?
Listen, what I'm saying is at that.
Oh my goodness, what are we doing here, Freddie G?
But here's what I'm saying, right?
Freddie G, what we doing?
What I'm saying is, at that time, not who won at 147, who was a higher rated, higher touted fighter? Was it Jeff Horn or was it Mikey Garcia?
That's hard to say, bro, because
one was pound for pound number 5.
Yeah.
It's okay to agree, Drico.
Yeah,
one was pound
I mean, I agree with
5,
you,
and Jeff
but
Horn wasn't in the pound for pound.
That's you talking about a fighter that's moving up to 147.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in terms of
at one. But Jeff Horn never been at one.
I'm talking about in terms of total body of work and accolades, right?
Total body of work it would have to be Mike, but at 147 it's got to be Horn.
You almost said Mikey and
It
then
would
you
be
stop.
Mikey at 140,
Okay.
but at 147, it'll
No,
have
no,
to be
no,
Horn.
no.
It
Total,
can't be no other way.
yeah, but what I'm saying is the
Now,
night before.
if you say total body of work, then we're gonna have to use that same total body of work when we talk about TC and Spence. I just want to keep you mindful of that fact now. So
Listen,
when
no
I
one's
start talking
ever,
that shit about the
no
six
one's,
world titles,
listen,
don't say
no
that was
one's
at
ever
140.
negated his total body of work.
Okay, I
No
just
one's
want
ever
you to keep
negated
that
that. No,
energy.
yeah.
I
No
want you to
one's
keep
never
that energy.
negated that. See, but here's the thing, right? You
Yeah.
got to keep the same energy. See, because if I could be 100 with you and say we count his body of work with what he did from 135 to 140 to 147, but then you won't keep the same energy in saying that this guy doesn't sell pay-per-views.
Ooh,
You
don't
go
say,
back to, because when we go back to the argument of, and I don't feel like
bruh.
going back into that.
See,
You
that's the
won't admit
thing.
that side. You made a
But
post today on Facebook talking about 50-50 for them.
yeah, but see, that's the thing, bro. That's that now these fighters are using that pay-per-view shit to not fight each other. You see
That's
what I'm
not the
saying?
fighters, bro. That's the people who
I
finance the. That's not the fighters,
the
Drico. Don't get lost in that. The fighters
no,
don't
no,
pay
no, don't you?
themselves.
No, y'all getting lost in it, bro, because
No,
y'all is actually
no,
falling for this.
no.
These
No
pay per
one's
view
falling for
numbers,
that.
bro.
If
Listen, they're the product, bro. We are the consumer. If we don't buy that, either we buy it or we don't, bro. We let them dictate who we gonna get. Oh, they're not gonna fight because of the numbers. And guess what?
you gonna make me do BFTB on you. That's
No, no, no,
because that's what you
no.
need. That's the
That's what
language
we
you
allowing.
understand.
No, and I'm
If
no,
that's the case, if that is the
I'm
case,
saying what
if
we
Terrence
saying.
Crawford sent Errol Spence a contract right now, if Terrence Crawford today he's out in the talking about big fish and all that, is he in a position right now to send Errol Spence a contract today? Yes or no?
I can't even do. See, look at. Okay, for instance, right now we got Grind Hard Sportsman say Bud pay per view numbers not high enough to get the Spence fight,
It's,
bruh.
it's true though.
Since when did we worry about pay per view numbers, bruh? If I'm coming, listen here, man. Listen, see, that's what I'm saying. We letting them dictate to us and tell us that okay, here's our product, y'all gonna buy it. You see what I'm
Bro,
saying? We
bro,
are the
have you
consumer,
got the fight
bruh.
yet? Has the fight been made yet?
No, no,
No.
no. But let me finish with let me. We are the consumer, bro. We determine what we want to buy and what not. They're dictating who we. Oh no, I know you guys want to fight. Y'all the consumer, but I'm telling y'all the consumer, we're gonna give you this because those numbers aren't high enough, bro. Since when in the history is this ever went? This right here is becoming more and more prevalent. That goes along with the point of oh, we letting the fight build. What build? Don't every fight need a backdrop, bro? Don't every fight need a history, bro? If they don't like each other, if they want to get in that ring and they two top competitors, let them get in that ring, man. Stop buying into that stuff, man, and stop dividing. What they're doing is they're dividing us up, boy. We dealing with college, Harvard graduates that sociology and the little mind games, the brain games that they playing, and people falling right into it and taking sides. Oh yeah, 60-40, I'm riding with Spence.
The
They
only
get a
thing,
fight.
the only
Fuck
thing
them
that,
numbers.
listen, Drico,
Yeah.
let me just keep it a buck with you, bro. The only thing that's different today now than back then is that we have the internet and we're in the information age. All this stuff was going on a long time ago behind closed doors. Fights were getting made and fights weren't getting made for the same reasons. This is not something new. This is
It
just
is
something.
new.
No, it's new to
These
us.
numbers,
No,
these
it's new to us
pay-per-view
because
numbers
we've been
are new,
included.
bro.
It's new to us because we've been included because there's something called the internet now. This is not something new. It's just new that the fans are a part of it now. That's the only thing that's new. It's now that the fans are a part of it. You know,
Bro.
and that's the thing that people just have to learn to accept, that things change in time, things evolve, things change. It's okay that fans look at business now. It's okay.
Bro.
See,
Y'all, we
because
got to
when the
start holding these
information
fighters.
wasn't listen, when the information wasn't out, these fighters were getting robbed blind. When the information wasn't out, it was so tight knit in those circles that made the fights that no one knew anything, and the fighters were getting bullshit money and getting their brains beat out, and didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. And I don't want to sit here and argue on that. All I'm saying to you is this: the whole point is you saying that Spence said easy route and he took it, and you got to keep the same energy with Bud. Just because they didn't say it earlier, they admitted it now, and you're saying it's the same situation. When we're gonna go match up the opponents, we're gonna say David Bennett. We're gonna say Jeff Horn, Mikey Garcia. You can have whatever argument you want to have about that. Mikey Garcia was a more decorated fighter. He was a pound for pound fighter, where Earl Spence fought him. Point
What
blank.
did he do at 47,
Point,
bro?
point blank. Yeah, the point. Yeah, well, he had the balls to get in there with the biggest, strongest welterweight, and he lost. He might have went in there with if he would have went in there and did what Adrian Broner did at 47 and fought a Paulie Malignaggi first, then it'd be a different story. But this dude had the balls to go in there and fight the biggest, strongest guy at welterweight
Bro,
at that time that nobody wanted to fight. That you couldn't
that's
get
not
Porter in there
balls,
to
bro.
fight.
That's called stupidity.
Okay,
That's
well,
not even called balls.
mean, but you the same person said that guys need to fight this, that, and the other. Mikey does that, and then you say it's stupidity.
No, Mikey needs to fight his own weight class. Ain't no way I said a fighter should move up.
When
Because I said that about Tio. I said Tio move up to get Josh Taylor. He better stay at 147.
When Roberto Duran fought Marvin Hagler, that was stupidity or that was balls. It's only ball. It's stupidity if you lose.
Them. What you talking about back in the day, bro? Them was some different.
What's the difference? You got a smaller guy. Who was knocked out cold by Hearns in a lower weight class, who moved up to fight the guy who knocked Tommy the Hitman Hearns out of the higher weight class.
We can do this all day because I can say Sugar Ray Robinson, whenever he moved up, he got his block knocked off. But we talking about one of the best pound for pound fighters it was in the history of boxing. We can do this all day.
You're making my argument for me again. So
that's my argument.
When you compare Jeff
it's
Horn and Mikey
Garcia,
for him
to move up.
When you compare Jeff Horn and Mikey Garcia was a way more decorated fighter than Jeff Horn ever was. He was when Errol Spence fought. It don't matter at one when Mikey Garcia stepped into the ring against Earl Spence in round 1 and they rang the bell. He was rated top 5 pound for pound in the entire sport. After he lost, then everything changed. If he would have won, people would have been saying how great he was. And we had greats like Sugar Ray Leonard who actually picked him to win. So, but let's move on because I don't want to keep arguing about the same point.
Yeah, Mikey is who he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying at 147, I got to give that to Jeff Horn at 147.
So then we slide over to Benavidez, right?
See, y'all be trying to discredit. Okay, so you making this list out to say, okay, Benavidez got shot in the leg. Jeff Horn,
I'm not making a list out for that. You said
hold on, baby. Okay. You say Benavidez got shot in the leg. He wasn't shit. We just spent 20 minutes on how Jeff Horn wasn't shit. Now we're saying Manny Pacquiao.
I never said he wasn't shit, Drico.
That's me. I'm saying
but you're saying I said that he wasn't shit. I didn't say he wasn't shit. What I said was that he wasn't rated as high as Mikey Garcia. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so he wasn't shit then, basically in a nice way.
So basically, what you're saying is if he's not in the top pound for pound number 5, that means the fighter's not shit. That's not true. Mikey Garcia just at that time was fighting at an elite level.
This is what we're doing here. Now you got TC whole record out, right? So you going down TC's list of victories, and you're saying, okay, Benavidez wasn't shit because I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing.
No, but the direction you're going in and what you're trying to explain on why I'm saying it is inaccurate. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm doing is no, I'm not. What you said initially, Drico, was that Spence said take the easy route and he actually did it. That's what your words were. And then what I said to you was Bud may not have said it initially, but his actions took the easy route, and then they admitted it later. And then I went to compare what they both did to show you that one person's route was easier than the others that you're accusing of taking the easy route.
We know, okay, we know who did what, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is Earl is good. We don't have to discredit one or the other, because we both know that both of these fellas is good. So we can get on here and say, okay, Benavidez had a gunshot. Okay, Manny was washed up and whatever. Okay, Jeff Horn, he wasn't even on Mikey level. We can say all of that to discredit TC, but the fact still remains.
Discredit him.
the fact. Well, what else are we doing here?
No, we're
If we're
not.
not
What
doing
we're
it to
doing, it's
discredit
not
TC
discrediting it.
victory,
Again, you're not listening to what I'm saying, Drico. You made the comment that Earl said it and actually did it and took the easy route. So what I'm doing is we're just sitting here comparing their opponents and seeing which route was actually an easier route. That's it.
oh well, go ahead. We know TC probably had the easiest route though. I mean, we know
That's
that. We ain't even got
well,
to.
that's all I've been saying, bro. You sitting on. I'm saying you turning to Drico
But
Cochran again for him.
that's not what we initially got on this about. But we gonna go ahead and go
No, it
with
is
that
what we
right
got
there.
on it about. Because
No, we got on there
that's
with Jeff Horn because you said that Jeff
listen.
Horn wasn't shit, and I
No,
said yes, Jeff Horn
that's
beat the man, and so Jeff
right,
Horn was
right.
the man because he beat the man. That's how we got on this shit. Now.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
not
no, no, no,
that's
no,
keep
no,
our
no,
eye
no,
on the
no, no,
sparrow.
no, no. That's not how we got on it. We got to Jeff Horn because what you said, and then I started comparing the resumes. I didn't bring up Jeff Horn's not important for me to bring up at all. I'm not going to
You
bring up Jeff
said
Horn about. I have no reason to. Oh, you said one
I
guy
do.
said something and took an easier route. I said the other guy actually legit took an easier route.
Yeah.
You know, actually took it. That's all.
Okay.
That's
I
all. That's
mean,
all. That's all we're saying. And Karan said something very true. Horn ain't won a fight since.
bro, you can't listen. See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like I say, Earl is good at what he does, right? I say Earl punch placement. I give Earl like he cut off the ring and all.
No,
Y'all don't
no,
give
no,
TC shit.
you bet. No, you
Y'all
don't,
don't give
Drinko.
TC shit, bro.
Listen.
Y'all can't even say TC fights off the back
Okay,
foot.
did I not today in this same exact show? Did I not today in the same exact show say Terrence
Bro,
Crawford does have more skills, but Earl
you
Spence
did,
does
bro.
certain
But
things.
I'm gonna
All
tell
right,
you
so you
something.
can't say that. See, you
I'm
can't use that
gonna
narrative
tell
with
you
me. Then
something that I'm gonna tell you something that you didn't do though. You didn't stop BFTV when he said
why
that
would I? Bomac, you
Earl
saw how Bomac
is.
was acting on the
But listen,
show. Why
listen.
would I stop BFTB?
You said that Earl BFTB said that Earl had put a check in every box and that he did everything better than TC.
Can I ask you a question, Drico? You was on that show, right? Do you
Yes, yes,
remember?
sir.
Do you remember how many times that BFTB asked about sending the contract? It did it for about 45 minutes, right? Said
Yeah.
why he did it. I mean, Mo Bibbs was like, "Oh my God, we get it," and he. Why would
But what
I?
was that all about?
Why would I indulge? But why would I indulge in getting into a debate about him having more skills or not? I'm not in that. I'm not going into that. That's
You
his
have to.
opinion.
When you
I
that's
don't
how
have to.
we're
That's
gonna
his opinion.
yeah, but that's how we have to that's what the show was about. We gotta say, okay, I think Spencer's gonna win because of this right here, A, B, C,
But
D. And
I've
I
done that.
say, well, I think Spencer's gonna win off of A, B, and C and D. You see what I'm saying? I think that's and I say 100 times. I think Spencer's more skillful. I think TC has more tools in the
Listen,
toolbox.
and I feel Spencer's a better inside fighter, has a better jab, is gonna beat
Yeah.
him up. He gonna make him fight. They're
Well,
gonna be in a
listen,
dog fight, and he's more durable. He has a better chin. I mean,
let me say this. Let me say this. If you say the jab, he has a better jab.
mhm.
What if that jab? What if TC takes that jab away like he did Kell Brook?
I mean, we saw Spence adjusted to Kell Brook when he tried to take his jab away.
How did he adjust? With the bulldozer?
No, he made adjustments. He made adjustments on how to defend Kell Brook, countering it. The way Kell Brook tried to take away Spence's jab was by countering over his jab, countering over Spencer's jab with his jab. The same thing he was doing to Terrence Crawford in the first 3 rounds. That's what Kell Brook's strength is. That's probably his best strength in the sport is him countering over your jab and hitting you with a good 1-2. That's probably the best thing that he does, point blank, period. So all I'm saying is that when he did it to Spence made adjustments to that and beat it. It wasn't just bulldozing. And I showed you a breakdown of the adjustments he made. I showed you a
us that
breakdown.
bias ass video.
How is it a biased video? The dude won the
Because
fight and he's showing you a breakdown of what he did in the fight and his bias. How's it biased?
This cat said, see, Earl moved his plant foot 2 feet 2 inches back before he 45-degree punch
That's not what he said,
angle. Bro, this
That's
dude,
not what he said.
it was a biased
Drinko, it was
video.
so hard for you to watch the video. While the video was on, I watched you shaking your head watching the video, shaking your head.
Because it was a biased video.
It wasn't biased. How is it a biased video when someone's breaking down film and showing you what a person's doing in real time and explaining what's going on, and the guy won the fight. How is that
Bro,
a
they didn't
biased
even
video?
listen. They didn't even show Kell Brook even winning a round, so there had to be a biased video
They're breaking
because they
down.
didn't show Kell Brook
They
even
did.
winning a round.
What are
He
you
didn't even
talking
say
about?
one
They
thing.
show what Kell
He
Brook
didn't
was
say
doing to take his jab away, and how Earl. What are you talking about, bro?
no. They listen. He mentioned it. Oh, he this is how he did it. Oh, he took Earl Spence's jab away, but Earl made the slight adjustment to
Well, that's
see
what
what I'm
happened. He
saying.
won. He won the fight. That's what happened.
Bro.
Why? What was he supposed? What was he supposed to do? Just leave that alone and do
No,
what
I'm just saying that was a
do what
biased
you
video.
guys do, and say some dumb shit like, "Oh,
We
Carl Brook beat his ass for 6 rounds.
we gotta
He got
call it
beat
down
up
the
and he
middle.
didn't." No, I
We
mean,
gotta call it down the
but
middle. If
we are
that's what
calling it down
happened,
the
that's
middle.
what happened. Did Kell Brook beat him 5 rounds? Yeah, Kell Brook was beating him 5 rounds.
No, he
I
was
mean,
up.
that's
He was
just
up. No, he wasn't. He was up 3-2 going into the 6th round. He was up.
who?
Kel Brook. Kel Brook was up 2 rounds. He was up going into the 6th, and he didn't win a round after that. So that's not getting beat up. I mean, the guy has success in the beginning of the fight. Guys felt each other out between the first 5 rounds. It was a figuring. It was a.
See your
It was
wordplay.
tactical. It was. They were both figuring out each other's tactics. And Kell Brook winded up slowing down, going into it, got broken down and was slowing down and got beat up. That's what happened. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing else to it. I mean, there's no bias to it. I mean, that's what happened. These two guys fought. Both. It was a good fight in the beginning of the fight. One guy got broken. One guy got broken down and slowed down towards the end of the fight, and they were trying to figure each other out tactically in the beginning. I mean, there's
I
nothing
could
wrong
go
with
with
that.
that. I could go with that.
Yeah, that's
Can
and
you go with?
that's all
Can
I'm
you go with
saying.
that? Can you go that same thing when you say that Bud and Kell Brook fought?
Yeah, I could go with that. Absolutely. That's
Okay.
what
So no
that's
more
what
Kell
happened.
Brook beat his ass and swole his eye
No,
up.
no. Well, I mean, I have to say that when people are saying Kell Brook did what he did to Spencer, I'm like, well, look what he did.
See? So you see my
All
pain?
I'm
You feel my
saying
pain?
is, uh, well,
Hey,
yeah, you
right
guys are
quick,
so
right
new
quick,
to the
bro.
pain. Go ahead.
Right quick. Travion says send him the link. You want me to send it?
Yeah, shoot it to him.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go
Yeah,
ahead, y'all.
yeah. So yeah, look, bro. All I'm saying is that both of these guys are great fighters. When
Uh-huh.
you bring up easy route and they brought up the easy route, I'm just saying the easier route. I'm not saying that Bud wanted the easier route. I'm just saying by default he had the easier route, and it's by default because if you got 3 of the 4 champions over with another network doing their whole thing over there, by default there are better fighters over there. You got 3 world
Oh,
champions over there. Top Rank don't have world champions, so by him going the WBO route and going the Top Rank route, which he was supposed to, because he signed that big deal, his route was easier. And it's nothing. I mean, that's just what it is.
I
Ain't nothing
mean,
wrong with that.
we can say, but they both here now. We here now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there go my little cousin. What's up, Travion
What up, Trey?
Crawford?
What up with it?
Chilling,
Yeah.
man.
What's going on? Travion Crawford. Listen, Travion Crawford. Travion, he ain't just Bud's nephew, y'all. Travion Crawford is a superstar basketball player. What position you play, Travion?
Shit, I play 1 through 3 right now.
See
My
what
first
I'm.
game, though. My first game Wednesday though. I just got cleared.
Oh
Congrats.
man, I thought you wasn't going. See. We got to
Yeah, we
talk.
talked. Yeah, I talked to Bud today. Shit, he told me go handle my business. Shit, he's supposed to be coming down here probably Saturday.
Where he
Right.
vacationing at?
I'm in Missouri. I'm by Mizzou.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about Bud. Where he vacationed at? He took all that picture by the. Oh, where he went?
Oh, he
Yeah,
got the Omaha thing. Whatever Bud is, Spence ain't there.
like I said, the ocean's deep, man. You know, you
A
fuck
lot
around,
of places to hide in.
a lot of motherfuckers thought they was nice when they got in the pool at the Holiday Inn, then they went on vacation to like Jamaica, and got in that ocean and found it was a whole
Yeah,
different ball game. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because
Do
as I said, Bud been wearing floaties. Talk about he been wearing floaties.
Hey,
In the pool.
hey. Oh, here he come. Here he come.
My fault. My fault. My fault.
You
Yeah.
good?
I,
Shit. We play. The number one team in the country. Saturday.
oh,
But we
that's why
play.
your ass want to come. That's why you want to play.
Man, right now, shit, nigga, it's been rough. They need me to come back right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he
Well,
a competitor. He's supposed to want to play.
Yeah.
right, right. Kwame asked what was Bud vacationing at.
He in Mexico right now, and then for Christmas, I think he about to take his kids to Dubai. Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
He
he in
must have
Mexico
really
right now though.
he must have really liked Dubai. My wife went to Dubai and said she loved it out
Yeah,
there.
that's why I told him. I said, "Damn, man, you been in Dubai damn near four times."
Yeah, the people go out there and they love it. My wife said when she went to Dubai, she went into a mall. It's so clean in Dubai. She said she went into a mall and basically like dropped like a little bit of something on the floor and some
And
people
got in
just ran
trouble.
out of
Fuck yeah.
nowhere and cleaned that shit up. It's like so clean. It's just really nice out there.
They
So
said you'll
yeah.
get in trouble for littering too. Your ass will spend some
Yeah.
some weeks in prison for that shit.
Yeah, they don't play.
Wow,
Yeah, you
that's
better not
what's
put
up.
shit down.
Oh, Trey, I'm gonna start some shit. Here we go. Karan said, "Okay, so he in Mexico claiming where is Spence."
He said what?
He says, "Okay, so Bud is in Mexico claiming where is Spence."
That's where they say the big fishes is at, man.
In Mexico?
He said they in Mexico. Shit, why you
That's the
think
big
Floyd just
fishes.
went there? Floyd just came from Mexico, man.
Hey
Okay.
man.
Yeah, I went to Mexico for my anniversary. I went to Cabo, Mexico. It was
And what
nice.
y'all think? What y'all think about what Floyd said about Canelo?
He was on point. He was on point. To me,
And
I like what he
whatever
said.
Floyd say, he right, bro. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Floyd is. Listen, all right. Tell me what he said. Okay, tell me what he said that was wrong. First of all, Floyd. Every time Floyd take away from Canelo, you know who he bigs up over Canelo? Your uncle. He always say that. He said, "How in the world is Canelo number one? You got fighters like Terrence Crawford out here, and these guys are great, great fighters. This guy. I mean, look, if we gonna keep it 100, because we ain't going back and forth, with Spence and your uncle. We're gonna keep it 100, right? Your uncle did. No one has ever suspected your uncle of taking steroids or anything, or even ha- thought or suspected it. Not he didn't never had a positive test, or even no one even suspected that. But we have that from Canelo. We don't know how long Canelo was doing shit like that. I mean, what is Floyd saying that's so wrong? We don't know how long Canelo has been. I had Bud ahead of Canelo years ago because of the. It took me some time to get over the steroid. You know what I'm saying? The performance. I don't want to say he was on steroids, but the performance enhancements allegations. I couldn't put him as number one, but I used to have him over Bud number one because of the who he's been in the ring with, opposed to who Bud has been in the ring with. But then when he got popped dirty, then I said Bud was number one. But then after it died down for a while and he started beating these guys again, then I put him back up. It was kind of like I forgot about it. But if we keep it 100, I mean, he popped dirty. There's a dirty test. The nigga actually popped dirty.
I told everybody only motherfucker that I would respect if like on their opinion would be Canelo. Like the shit, like the shit that he doing right now is just like that shit crazy. Like and how he beating these
And
guys though.
right, how he's beating them too is the thing. Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
Canelo got like it's like he took a page out of Floyd book and just mixed that shit
Ran
with
with it.
power. Like
Right.
footwork, everything. Like how he beat who did he fight before Billy Joe? I
Yildirim, wasn't
forgot
it?
dude's name.
Yildirim? Was it Yildirim?
I
shit.
forgot. No, fuck. I
I'll
forgot his
pull it up.
name, but how
I'll
he
pull it up.
yeah how he stopped old dude. That's when I really started looking. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker really good.
Oh, without a doubt, Canelo's excellent. Here we go. Sal Canelo Alvarez. So Let me see. Yeah, before Saunders was Yildirim, and then he fought. So it was
Colin Smith. Colin
Caleb
Smith.
Smith. Okay, so you talking about
Yeah,
Smith?
when he
Oh,
fought that
He was
fight,
Callum.
that
bro,
was a
I was
real tall.
like,
That was a real tall dude.
man, that motherfucker was going to that body, the uppercut, the footwork. I was just like, damn, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. Canelo could fight. He a gym rat. I think Canelo is the best counterpuncher in the game. I mean, but on the on the flip side, I mean,
Motherfuckers didn't even know what he was doing though. When he just fought old buddy, when he just fought forgot dude's name. He just fought when he just fought Billy Joe Sanders.
mhm.
His ass was aiming for dude nose the whole fight. Like
You
he
talking
was trying
about
to
Billy
clip
Joe
it.
or Caleb Plant?
I mean Caleb Plant. He was trying to clip Caleb Plant nose, and I'm like, why the fuck he keep missing this shot that I know he can hit him with? And the one when Caleb Smith, when fucking Caleb Plant ass bent down and he clipped him on the nose with a punch and then hit him with the uppercut and stopped him. I was like, damn. I was like, this motherfucker smart. He know the nose, the soft spot. I said
Hmm.
he probably fuck around and broke his shit too.
Yeah, but look, nothing Floyd said was false to me.
Yeah.
Floyd on point.
I think he's just tired. I think he's just being real. He's like, the media be wanting to big up, Canelo all the time, and there's guys that he feels on that's better.
Right.
Like Terrence Bud Crawford, for instance.
That's what he
The
said.
six champion, three divisions, 6-time world champion.
We get it, Drigo. Hercules. We get it.
Man, we gonna have,
We get
he
it.
hating. He hating, JB.
Oh,
We
fuck.
get it.
That hurts. That hits him in the heart.
We get it.
That hits him in the heart right there.
What y'all think about Tank Fight? Did you end up watching that, Drigo?
What's that?
Tank Fight.
Yeah, I seen it.
I feel like he
Yep.
he edged it. I feel like you gotta to beat the champ. You gotta really beat the champ. Like I feel like dude had he brought it. I could feel like it could have been a draw too, but they wasn't gonna let Tank lose like that.
Yeah,
Nah.
they ain't take it away.
I had Tank winning 115, 113. That was the score I had for it. What I was impressed with Tank was that he hurt his hand and he still was able to box. I felt like he could have used his jab more. He didn't use his jab as much, but it's most likely because he couldn't set up power punches with his left hand off the jab. So he was trying to just hit Buddy with a bomb, every time.
Yeah, I see. He only rely on that uppercut too.
Yeah.
Like if he can't hit you with that uppercut, you will give Tank problems. But it's like you never know when he's setting the motherfucker up though, because he's so damn slick and his boxing skills so good.
Yeah,
it's like that motherfucker comes so fast. You want to see that motherfucker because he throw it at all different angles.
Yeah. He's very quick with his punches. They're very quick.
Like even though Bud don't like that motherfucker, he still give him his props. He's like, man, that motherfucker is cold.
Yeah, the Tank, he's something else, man. But he just, man, his height is just he giving away too much, man.
As I said, if that motherfucker was like 5'8",
Ryan Garcia, man, he gotta stop though, bro. Like he have no room to talk right now, bro. Like after Canelo came out and said that shit, that's the same as fucking shit. That's the same as Bob Arum trashing Bud. Like and Canelo,
it was actually worse.
Brother, like god damn.
Yeah, no, it was actually worse because Bob trashed Bud on some business shit. That's some shit Bud don't have control over. Canelo trashed his nigga on his heart and his commitment. That shit he have control over. So to me, it was actually worse because Canelo, brought him in his camp with open arms, like to really help him, make him get better. And he basically said he wasted his talent.
And Canelo,
I can roll.
Shit. Canelo,
I can roll with Canelo.
Like, I'm investing my money and shit. Like,
yeah, I like Canelo. He told Tio he had some words for Tio. So Canelo don't be holding him up, man.
That motherfucker said, you ain't the real undisputed. I'm the real undisputed. I said, damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
and
but I feel like
everyone who's on YouTube, real quick, guys, make sure you guys smash that like button, man, and make sure that if you in here, wipe your feet at the door, smash the like button, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, man. See, we on here for y'all, man. We giving y'all the entertainment, man. What y'all want? What y'all want to talk about, man? Put it in the chat, man. We just trying to grow, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all growing too. So like,
I got a
share, and
good
subscribe.
one.
Uh-huh.
Loma Kome.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You said Coleman who?
Loma.
Loma.
I would have to give Loma the edge.
Yep, I
Man,
would do it.
honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think nobody else. If it ain't like Shakur, Tank, Tia, like nobody ain't beating that man again. Like how he came out that last fight, like you could tell that motherfucker was on a mission.
Oh yeah,
Like
who he
he
was it?
said in
Nakatani he
statement,
beat.
yeah, he said he ain't trying to let shit go to the cars now. Like that motherfucker really on a mission.
He'll beat Tio again. If they fought again, I haven't beaten Tio.
Who was that?
Lomachenko.
Hell no.
He'll jump on Tio a whole lot quicker.
And he get his ass knocked out quicker.
You crazy? You crazy? He might knock Tio little soft ass out.
Bruh.
Damn, T.O.
Did you
that
see?
fucked up the
Did
church's
you
money, man. Now
did you
everybody
see?
think T.O.
Did
a
you see
bum.
how them fellas was blasting each other, bro? They was playing Rock'em Sock'em in there, man.
Well,
Cambosos and Tio.
I don't
Uh,
know about all that. I know Tio ass was on the ground in the first
Hey,
round. So
I feel like a lot of motherfuckers gonna be real surprised they get in there with Cambosis though.
yeah, I
Like
feel
that
the same
motherfucker,
way.
I watched that fight again. I think they think it's gonna be easier than what it is. Like
Nah, it ain't.
he might fuck around and drop Ryan Garcia.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked.
He might
I wouldn't be
fuck around
shocked.
and
hey,
drop
Luke
Ryan.
Campbell dropped him. I wouldn't be shocked.
Oh
he
my
could take a
mama,
punch,
bro.
man. He could
That
take a
motherfucker
punch, man.
slick too. He
Yeah,
slick too.
yeah,
On God.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He has a lot of heart too.
A lot
And
of
he
it.
humble. And he's humble.
Yeah, I was gonna say that about him. He's very not just humble, but he's also very calm. I
What y'all
saw
think
that.
about
I
what y'all
saw
think
that when
about
him
Devin
and,
Haney
and
performance?
Lopez were like in their face-offs. That he was always very calm. When Tio was acting emotional, he was always very calm about stuff.
Yeah, yeah. What you say, Trey?
What y'all think about Haney performance?
Haney playing Jane, being Haney, just Haney,
I
getting
feel
the
like
job done.
I feel like when he get hit by a big puncher, he might get clipped too.
Yep, I feel the
Yeah,
same
Yeah,
way.
I feel
yep.
like because like these fighters be hitting him, and you could tell that some of these fighters be kind of like dazing them, like kind of putting them in shock, but like they ain't got enough puncher power to put them down.
Yeah, he's just never been. Well, he was hurt. Here's my thing. I feel like Haney is like he's similar to your uncle, but he don't have no power. It's like it's like
None.
it's like he's really good at understanding distance. He uses his jab very well to set up shots. He has great footwork, especially on defense. But he's just not an exciting fighter. For me. That's the problem. He don't have power, and he's not an exciting fighter. And
Mhm.
that's the thing. It's like watching him is almost like watching a worse version of Floyd Money Mayweather, knowing that no fight is ever going to be a knockout. You just watching the fight, waiting to see if someone's going to beat Floyd, but no one's really watching the fight to see if you're going to beat Haney. You're waiting to see if Haney can
Floyd
actually knock someone out.
Floyd had hand problems though.
Right.
I
Right.
think if Floyd wouldn't have had them hand problems, he would have been fucking a lot of people up.
Hey,
You see he taught Tank the little fucking step back with the right hand. Tank was trying to catch what's the name with it this week, but he
yeah,
couldn't
that
catch him
whole
with it.
night.
Karan,
Yeah.
That
Karan,
little
are you asking if we think Cruz could give Haney a problem? Because I said that earlier on the show. I said I'd like to see Cruz fight Haney.
Cruz.
Who fought
Yeah.
Tank?
Yeah. Hey,
Oh
hey Trey. Think
yeah.
somebody got a question for you. Facebook, JL Mark said, did Bud get but hear about that video. Well, I guess he's talking about with Bo Mac and um Blu-ray on it.
Oh, BFT. I get talk
Uh,
about our last live stream. If you
Yeah.
heard what happened.
he probably did. I don't know. I ain't talked to my uncle on the phone in probably like shit, probably since like damn. I ain't talked to him since the fight. Like we've been texting back and forth, but he been on vacation and shit. So like when he on vacation, I kind of don't,
Right. You don't
I
press him. You
don't
just let him
bother
enjoy
him.
his
Yeah,
time.
I
Right.
don't bother him and shit because I know like he just went through a tough ass camp, especially because he made that training camp the hardest camp. Like I think their first workout was at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or something like that. Like, and he
Oh,
told bro
okay.
like this is gonna be the toughest camp I done had, and like I just want him to enjoy himself.
Okay.
I talk
Okay.
to
They
I talk
get.
to I talk to his sons and kids every day though. They call me every day.
Okay.
Drake,
Okay.
you wanna go out and come right back in because I'm getting that feedback.
Yep.
You go out and come right back in. There we go. All right. When you come back,
What you what you think about do you think fucking Charlo gonna make the adjustments against Castano?
I don't know. I would hope so, but based on what I saw the last fight, he don't listen to his corner, so I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, it it,
that's a
it
scary one.
yeah. Look, he could have beat Castano easy. He made the
Easy.
fight harder because as soon
Yeah.
as when he was throwing his jab and throwing punches, he was good. But for some reason, he kept going. It wasn't even like Castano. Like for instance, uh, Cruz was moving Tank backwards. Even when Tank was fighting or trying to use his jab, Cruz was moving Tank backwards and pushed him to the rope in the earlier rounds. Castano wasn't even pushing Charlo backwards. Charlo was going backwards on his own. Like he was waiting to counterpunch homeboy. And then once Cruz cracked his ass when Castano cracked him on the ropes, I feel like he probably was hurt, was a little gunshot, but he was composed and
Hey,
didn't show as much.
they might have to get Castano 50-50 now too. That's the fucked up part.
Mm, I
Because he
I doubt it. I doubt it that that'll happen. Only because Charlo is Charlo, and he has all those belts still, and
how many he got now?
and he won.
Two or three?
No, he got all of them except Castano's. Castano only got
Oh
one.
yeah,
He
because
got
the
he got the
WBO, right?
ring. Yeah, he got the ring, the Super WBA, the IBF, and
Oh
the
yeah, because he
WBC.
beat dude just Jason
Yeah,
Rosario or whatever his name
Rosario.
is.
Yeah, right. Who took all
But
the
that's
belts from?
crazy, man, because he fucked up Lubin and then Lubin go and stop Jason Rosario too, but Jason Rosario was fucking everybody up at first.
Yeah, but you know how it would go for a lot of fighters after they get knocked out. I mean, he got Lubin. I mean, Rosario took some big shit from Charlo. You know, so I mean, he was
What?
dropped twice. He was dropped 3 times in that fight, actually. So
Yeah.
sometimes people don't come back the same after that. You
Floyd
know.
said something about Lubin too. He brought him to the stage.
Yeah. That's what he was talking about. Canelo. He was like, this guy over here.
Hmm.
He's one of the one of the best fighters in the sport over here, and he was shitting on Canelo. I was like, all right, Floyd, now you capping. You can't bring up Erickson Lubin and Canelo in the same sentence. But
Yeah.
I see what Floyd is doing though. I feel like Floyd feels like the black fighters don't get they just doing the sport, and he's just trying to kind of bring that to light that there's a lot of really good black fighters that the media doesn't pay as much attention to, and he's just trying to bring that
Right.
to the forefront.
Yeah. I like how
Yeah.
your uncle
I
doing
think
now though, Trey. He coming out, man. He coming out of his cocoon and he talking
yeah, he
trash
kind
and
of don't he kind of to the point where he don't give a fuck no more. That's how
yeah.
he on his bullshit for sure. I don't know. I didn't see that shit coming. I was watching it live actually. I didn't get to
Uh,
hear like I heard where you at, but I never heard the name. So I'm like I'm thinking he talking to his role manager that he with. And
yeah.
then when I seen I got tagged in, I was like, oh shit! Like I'm like, damn. like Spence' cousin, and she Snapchatted me and cussed me out, talking about me corny. I said, "Damn,
Taisha,
Huh?
I was
oh
asking.
God,
I was asking if it was
I'm,
what's her name, Taisha Monique. Was that the one who cussed you out?
yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Damn," she was on my ass too. I'm like, "Damn, baby, chill out." she was on my ass today. I'm like,
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, I just sent you what was said. That's all I
yeah.
did. I just sent you what was said. She talking about y'all corny as hell. Da da da. Bud didn't do this. I'm like, oh man.
She funny, man. She
I
funny.
listen. Listen.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could say to that post. There was nothing I could say. That was to me. That was the funniest post that your uncle ever made. Like there was no comeback to that one.
Man,
It was just good. It was just good. It was
it
like
was at the right
it
timing.
was
It was
yeah. It
right
was just
timing.
time. It
It
was
was right
like
timing.
yeah. It was
Like
like
he in
yo,
the
look,
ocean.
the ocean. He
He in
like
the
yeah,
ocean.
there's a
Spence
lot of
caught
water out
himself
here to
some big
hide in. I was
fish.
like
Like,
okay, you got that one,
Man,
but there ain't really much I can
when
say
you
about that.
tagged me in that, man, I
hey,
was like, what the hell? Because it was so unexpected, too.
But
hey,
but but I did have a
no cap
comeback,
though.
Trey.
And then
I
the
did have a
ocean, like I
comeback
was
for it.
looking.
I was saying I did have a comeback. I was just saying your uncle, he talk about the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Your uncle been swimming in a pool with a floaty for 38 fights though, so he might get in the ocean and drown. You know what I'm saying? He ain't used to the
Porter
ocean.
was a floaty.
Oh yeah, Porter was a lake. That wasn't the ocean, but Benavides, them niggas was the pool at the Holiday Inn. You know what I'm saying? So all I was saying is he might, a lot of niggas done went in the Holiday Inn, and they was swimming laps and they got in the ocean and almost drowned. So all I'm saying,
I can't
he better
wait.
go out there
I
with his
can't
gear
wait.
on.
They said Benavidez got his ass whooped his last fight.
Yeah,
He did, didn't
I think I heard something about
Did y'all
that.
see it?
I didn't see it.
he?
I'll
I didn't
look it
see
up.
it.
Yeah, they
I'll
said he
look it
got
I
the
up.
didn't see
shit
it.
beat out of him.
Yeah, people were saying
What
he's
y'all
still
think about
injured.
Dervinchenko?
I,
I
Damn.
think he's
Yeah, he fucked up.
yeah, he done. I mean,
yeah.
he just
He got
look,
fucked up.
kudos to him, but
They said that nigga Benavidez was a jacuzzi.
Even
what's
came
good,
through.
Steve?
Hold on, I can't hear y'all.
Justin, you can't hear?
You
Testing,
still can't
testing,
hear? No?
testing.
Yeah, you might have to go out and come back in. Yeah, go out and come back in. Freddie G said, I guess Ocampo, Chris Van Heerden were the kiddie pools there. Hey, you might have a point. You know what I'm saying? But Ocampo been winning fights. I think the only loss he got so far is Spence. But it is what it is. He said, Karan is like me. He's got to the point where he's admits it now. As a Crawford hater, I will admit. That sounds like the
What
way I would
happened?
start a sentence. As a Crawford hater, I will admit. See, I like people who are 100. What the Porters did and said took away from Crawford's win. Yeah, it did. I didn't really like what they did with
Hey
that.
man, I'm trying. I told y'all when Porter got hit and he lost his composure.
Here, where you at, Trey? Your shit cutting off. You at the Holiday Inn by the pool?
Hey, no bullshit. I swear to God, after the weigh-in, me and Bud and them walking back to the room and shit. So we going where like everybody can't get to Bud because we trying to like get it rehydrated and shit. Swear to God, Bud was just looking at the ground, and I'm looking, and his eyes like kind of rolled in back his head, and he was like, "I swear to God, I'm fucking this dude up." He was, "I'm gonna make an example out of this motherfucker." And right when he dropped him, I said, "Oh shit! Like he about to end Porter career. Like this ain't about to go to sleep or something." Then Kenny got on that motherfucking rope and threw in the towel. I was just like, thank God, bro. I was like, that motherfucker seen venom in his eyes or something. I talked to, yeah, even me, I talked to Porter at the end of the fight. And like, shit, we just talked. I told him, I was like, man, that's my uncle. I really didn't want y'all to fight. I said, I got love for you just like I got for him, but me and his a little bit deeper. Like I told him, I said, I never went against you in a fight. I told him I thought you could have edged Spence fight. And we talked. And I talked to Kenny too, but shit. like he said, he was just like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like he was like that motherfucker different. Like we came here to win. Like I really came here to win, but he was just like, it's too many pieces. Like it's too many pieces in the puzzle to figure out. That's exactly what he said. He was just like, shit. It's like he was like, you see one thing outside the ring, but when you actually get in there with him, it's like it's a totally different thing.
Of course.
Like that's exactly what he said. And that's everybody.
There's a lot to deal with. Nah, I can't lie with your uncle. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot to deal with. There's a lot to deal with, but I just feel like Spence gonna solve that puzzle. I'm just being 100 with you. I feel like those two guys, they have it out for each other, and they gonna be swinging for fences.
That shit gonna be so competitive, but
yeah,
it's all gonna come down. It's all gonna come down to that.
Now,
heart.
Trey, while we here and we all here in front of everybody else, what did me and you talk about when we talk about the Bud and TC fight? What did I say?
That's Bud and TC is the same person.
I mean, Bud and Spence.
He said
that's gonna
saddest night. That's gonna be the saddest fight of his life.
Really?
True story.
He said he gonna be sad because he like both fighters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now that's Travion.
I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna just tell you that I'm not gonna be sad. I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy when your uncle loses, and I'm gonna troll y'all because y'all did it to me for like 4 years straight.
Ed Hamilton said, "I swear to God," he said, "Man, I'm not going to that fight." He said that's gonna be a sad night of boxing for me.
Yeah, he told me the same thing. Yeah, he said he might cry.
Man. He said, "Damn, man, we all fishing. Me, him, and Bud, we fishing. We out fishing and shit. We just sitting there." And he was like, "Bud, man, dude, you just put me in a fucked up position." He was like, "What?" He said, "Man, you just took me to your mom's house and everything like it was nothing." He said, "Man, he said, I love EJ." He said, "But now, nigga, I love you as much as I love EJ. So it's like, man, I feel like you kind of made me turn." Like,
yeah.
Like I just started dying laughing. Yeah. He was just like, man,
but see,
start making me like you.
That's the disparity that I have. They think that I be on the phone with y'all and I be saying, "Oh, TC, you the greatest," but I don't. We keep it 100 when we on the phone, don't we, Trey?
Facts. We barely talk about boxing though.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. When Ed came back from staying down there, I think he told me he stayed down there with y'all for a week. The stuff he told me about your uncle made me like your uncle as a person.
Man, it was some weird shit though, because him and Ed, bro, I swear to God, these motherfuckers was playing ping pong for like 6 hours. It's 3 a.m. at this point. I'm like, hey, my nigga, y'all gotta go to the gym. Everybody gotta go work out in the morning. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, it's 3 a.m. and these motherfuckers like wide awake, just having a good ass time. Like, I'm riding little EJ on my dirt bike. Yeah, I'm riding little EJ on my dirt bike and everything. My grandma had a big ass party outside, like all types of shit. Like, she cooked for him every day. I'm like, damn.
Told me.
I'm like, me knowing my grandma, motherfucker go in there and put their hands in her pot, she'll fuck around and cut you. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Ed, like, she just like, go ahead, this and that. I'm like, damn, like,
yeah, Ed good people.
He is good people.
Yeah, Ed real good people.
He sent my grandma some stuff for her birthday and shit, some seasonings and stuff from Louisiana.
Yeah, he told me she cussed him out because he said, he told me,
that's
what I be trying to tell y'all, but it's like it don't register because I'm just known as a Spence guy, but I actually like your uncle. I actually like him. I keep it 100. It's just it's just Taiwan turned me off, bro. I just be 100. Taiwan just turned me off, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Taiwan, he don't fuck with nobody. I ain't gonna lie, like I swear to God, be so many people in Omaha, like that, like be like, oh yeah, I'm Bud cousin. That will piss him off. Like he would literally be like, man, you're not our fucking cousin. Or if a motherfucker say something slick on Facebook that he think that's about him, oh, it's over with. He gonna fuck you up. Like either he kind of like Drico. He gonna pull up on you. he gonna pull up on you at least expecting it. Like he gonna speak his mind. That's one thing. But like Like he a cool motherfucker on this good. If you on this good side, he cool
Yeah.
motherfucker. He bag all day, joke, watch sports, all that shit. Like, he cool, but he just don't like. He just that's his cousin. Like it's territorial. Like that's just his cousin.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
see him every day, so it's different. You know how it is when it's family. Like that's just like if Spence family was on the live or something like that, they gonna say the same thing. Oh, we fuck with Bud, but and we fuck with Draco, but like Taisha come at you. You a Spence fan, you see how she come at you like all the time.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's vice versa. Like it's just always gonna be commercial. That's why I said that day that they fight, man, it might be a fight in the crowd. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's
I
just gonna
believe
be
that.
too much shit going on.
Yeah, I believe
Like
it.
how, cause his family and our family is the exact same. Like when we went to that Spence fight, when I tell you we was like, damn, we about to fight our way out of this motherfucker. Like damn, we just got surrounded. Like I was just wow, like this shit crazy. It's a lot of motherfuckers in here. Yellow Beezy looking back and shit. I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this a big ass arena full of Spence fans too. But the whole time, like it was crazy because actually, like on some real life shit though, we was on our way to the fight, and earlier that day, I bought my tickets to the fight, but I only bought like I think some $500 tickets. They was like in the lower bowl or something like that. And Bud they got Bud some tickets to the fight. They didn't want Bud, or I think they didn't want Bud to go up to the ring or whatever the fuck it was. But they gave Bud some nosebleed seats, and he was like, "Fuck no, they ain't about to do me like that." So Bud, being a boxing fan, he paid for floor seats. He spent like I think probably I don't even know. Like it was a couple of thousand on like 4 tickets because you
Right.
have to buy them all in a section.
And the
So
set, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
was like three
yeah.
or 4,000. Bud paid for it. He like shit. I don't give a fuck that like I want to fight this man. Like I'm a boxing fan. I'm gonna pay for it. We didn't even know we got seats by Spence fans. This the crazy part. Like we don't even know where the seats at. So
Right.
he like, hey Trey, he like sell your ticket to such and such, and you could just I got you a ticket. We gonna go to the floor. So I'm like, all right, cool. I give my peoples and them the ticket. I'm like, here, y'all can have this ticket. We go down there, and we sitting down, and all I do is look for it. And I swear to God, everybody started looking backwards. Like everybody started looking backwards. And from that point, I just knew it was something about to happen. I was just like, damn, this nigga whole family. All I keep seeing is Earl Spence jacket, EJ jackets. I'm like, damn. Like we in a
Yeah, it be
dead
thick.
middle
It
too.
be thick in there.
Yeah,
It be
like
thick.
we in a dead middle too, and Dallas Cowboys Stadium is big as fuck. So it's like, man, I'm sitting over here like, damn, like I'm like, all right, we with 4 boxers, but his family, niggas, like 100 motherfuckers in one section. Like Cowboy Stadium, like the seats, it's a lot of fucking seats. So it's
Yeah,
like
no,
it's on a football stadium, so you could put as many fucking seats down if you want to.
right.
Man, this motherfucking thing was like, I swear to God, his family probably had like 50 motherfuckers on that side. And there was still other motherfuckers on the other side. So when everybody knew Bud was over there, oh shit, they motherfuckers came around. Oh, this EJ City, you gotta fight him. So Bud talking to the dude that was with EJ the first time they seen each other at Maurice Hooker fight, the light skinned dude. And he like, yeah, yellow he like, yeah, Mo3 just got shot and everything. Like we trying to like everybody taking it hard. Like, we did that last time, but like they talking this shit. But Wayne, Wayne and Taisha's talking, so Taisha kind of talking to me and shit and like, hold on, are you Trevin? I'm like, no, I'm Travion. That's like I'm his nephew. So she's like, oh, I thought you was Trevin. So she kind of, shooting at me a little bit. So fucking, I thought this was her girlfriend. I swear to God, on God, I thought she was gay. I thought this was her girlfriend. It was EJ's sister. EJ's sister got a haircut. So
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Other
so
sisters, little
so
sister.
EJ's sister like, bitch, stop being motherfucking friendly, da da da. So she like, I ain't being fucking friendly. She's like, I ain't being fucking friendly. I'm just trying to get a picture with Bud. I'm talking to such and such. So Wayne like, girl, if you want my nephew number, just take him to the side. So she got mad because EJ sister hurt her. So she, EJ sister come back over like, what the fuck I just tell you, da da. So she pushed Wayne like, motherfucker, da da. She was kind of embarrassed. So then that's when everything just hit the fan. Like Wayne arguing with her, then this other motherfuckers, then Bud sitting there, he like, hey y'all
Yeah.
chill. Bud like,
Okay.
hey, chill out. Like Bud still talking to old dude though, but he like, hey, chill out. But the other dude, oh, this EJ
City.
City.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm like, bro, you can't whoop nobody in this motherfucking circle over here. It was some black dude, chubby black dude. I'm like, bro, you can't whoop nobody in this circle over here. So like, just chill out, bro. Like we ain't even on that. Like we just, we just talking. We came into the fight. Man, that shit got so hectic in there. I was like, yeah, we
I,
got,
I
we,
I
we
noticed
got.
Earl though when he was in the ring, he was telling the dude to chill out.
Yeah. He was telling everybody to sit down and shit because
Yeah.
everybody was kind of like you could tell that Bud was in the what's name because they already put us on the screen. And right when they put us on the screen, like all you heard was the whole fucking crowd boo like. And I started dying laughing. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh fuck. Like this whole motherfucking crowd, like niggas, thousands of people in this motherfucker. And the motherfucker damn near sold out. So I'm like, all right, like nigga, it's a bunch of motherfuckers over here, but the whole boo, like it was like when somebody get knocked down at a fight and it go crazy,
Hmm.
like that's how it sounded. Like it was like a fucking football touchdown. And I'm just like, God damn.
I mean, y'all represented in Vegas against Porter when Spence was there. Yeah, that was definitely a pro Bud uh, uh arena when y'all
Yeah,
fought
but
Porter.
they fucked it up though because like a lot of motherfuckers like was on the internet. Everybody like they didn't know how to get it because Bob Arum put it on that weak ass app. So like a lot of motherfuckers that wanted to buy the fight really didn't know. Like they didn't know where to get the fight because you had to download the ESPN app, then you
Hmm.
had the ESPN Plus, and then you had to pay for the fight. Motherfuckers not thinking about no damn app. Like a lot of motherfuckers got cable. So it's
Hmm.
like if you would have put it on regular ESPN, just would have been had to click the little middle button just to watch the fight. Shit, it would
But
have been it would have been successful.
but that's how I ordered it though. I ordered it off from my cable provider. Like I said,
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of motherfuckers said that they didn't know how to do it or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, see, see, you gotta get that Xfinity. You know what I'm saying? You got that good shit.
God.
I said to my remote, I said ESPN Plus. It pulled up the app, and then it had y'all fight, and I just ordered it right there on my TV. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? But
don't
but
know
a
what
lot of
the fuck.
people did have to go on their phone and their tablets. But
Yeah.
that's the game, man. So
Yeah.
look, I know you can't speak on it, and you ain't speak to your uncle. I'm not asking you to say anything on this because I know you can't. But I mean, this rumblings going on about him going over to PBC. I see that big smile on your face too down there. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Hey,
gotta
no,
make no comments, but you know what I'm saying?
listen. It's funny, dude. 'Cause I swear I thought you was about to say Floyd or some shit. I
Oh,
swear to God, I'm like, bro. Honestly, God, true, bro. I don't even know. Like they said, I think like everybody gonna sit down. Like, well, him and Bo and them gonna sit down after his vacation and shit. I think after Christmas. So I really don't. I honestly don't know. But like,
mhm,
shit, I think even if he wanted to fight, he really could fight anywhere as long as they got a contract and his lawyer look it over. It's just like he still could fight unsigned, but like it's just
right.
like shit. I really don't know what he gonna do. I just been knowing since like I've been knowing like months. Even when I was talking to Drico, I've been knowing that he was gonna leave Tyrant forever ago. I just
Yeah,
couldn't speak on it. That's why I used to
right.
always be like, yeah, like y'all just wait. That's why I used to always be like, y'all just wait. I already knew he was gonna leave, but
Yeah, I knew it was gonna leave too.
he the type of person where he ain't gonna show his hand.
Right.
That's one thing. Like he ain't gonna show his hand. Like you show your hand, and then you go out there and Bob Arum,
Screw
pay a
you over.
motherfucker off. Yeah, like Pacquiao. So like he was smart how he did it, but like
Yeah, he
I
was he
honestly
was smart because Bob was looking stupid as fuck on the stage when he said that
I didn't
shit.
even notice what he said. Honestly, I thought like since the whole week he was telling us like we just gonna wait and see after the fight, like da da da. I didn't even hear how he said because how he said it smart. Like he like how the fuck how Bob gonna give me the EJ fight when I wasn't with him, but
Right.
when I'm not with him, so I'm just like, oh
Yeah, he
shit, did he
basically
really
said, "I'm
just
not
say
gonna be
that?
with him."
Yeah,
Right.
like I'm like, did he
It was
really
slick
just
how
say
he
that
said it.
shit? So it was kind of slick. I didn't really catch it until like I
Bob was
went back
looking
and watched it.
Bob was looking stupid when he said that shit.
Cause
I
now
was laughing.
it's like who do we have?
Right.
He got
Right.
Shakur, he got Keyshawn,
He
but
still got.
like out of
I mean, he still got a stable.
Berlega, he got Berlega, he got
He, he
Lomachenko.
he got a stable. I think in reality, like I think that he he really didn't want your uncle anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't want to give him up because it was like he
Mm-hmm.
was losing something. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. Like it wasn't that he didn't want him like he couldn't fight. It was just like
Right.
he didn't want him because I, my belief was that ESPN was on his ass about the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my belief was. Like ESPN was
And he
like,
was
"Yo,
more so mad because he had to pay Bud that money
right,
for not securing that Pacquiao fight. You know how that is.
r-
So
right, right,
he kind of was
salty."
salty. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
salty.
salty. Yeah, he
Especially
was.
when Pacquiao retired, and he knew it was over. He like fuck, like there
Yeah,
was nothing he really
no
could
way to
do.
recoup the money.
Yeah, it's over with. Like
It's
that's
over
just
with
something you gotta pay.
because he kept dangling that Pacquiao fight because he probably felt like Pacquiao and Spence were the only two people where they would get the money back. But then he wasn't willing to risk his own money on the fight to make the money. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, because I remember he had made a comment about he ain't taking a hit to his net worth and all this other shit. He said, so I mean, look, if we gonna be fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bob Arum did good by Bud. He got him a bunch
Yeah,
of titles. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I think he do good with up and coming fighters, but it's only
Right.
like Floyd said, it's only so much that Bob Arum can do after you get to a certain level.
Level. Right. Right. Right.
Like I think he's gonna do great with Keyshawn. I think he's gonna do great with Shakur, but it's gonna be the same thing. Like at some point, everybody's just gonna start slowly moving away,
Right. Yep.
and that's just my belief. That
Yep.
ain't nothing that they said or anything. It's just what I believe. Like I feel like even Berlanga, like when they get to us, if you ain't Lomachenko, listen, if you ain't Lomachenko at top rank, you're fucked.
Mm.
Like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, cause for one, just like Bob Arum, why the fuck T.O. an undisputed champ? Why the fuck would you let him go over to the zone and fight a motherfucker? What a the zone fighter on the zone, my nigga. Like that's supposed to be on top rank just in case some shit like that happen, and you like, damn, I gotta keep the money. Then it's a draw and make them fight again or some shit like that. Save T.O. Like that could be your next money maker. But you send him, you don't want to pay for the damn fight or pay T.O. what he want because Lomachenko lost and you thought Lomachenko wasn't going to lose to him. And that was supposedly your cash cow. Now
Mm.
you send him over to the zone. Now the zone got all them motherfucking belts.
Yeah, they got them all. Yep.
Like, that shit was stupid. Like, that was just stupid. But
Who you
it's
think?
also on T.O. too.
Who you think Cambosa's gonna fight next?
I don't think it's going to, I think he's going to have to fight a mandatory. I don't think it's going to be any other people we think it's going to be.
No, because
I think they're going to,
the way he's talking is like he's
he's
talking
going
like
right in the fire.
yeah, that's how he's talking. Like the next one is gonna be.
If he was smart, it'd be Devin Haney.
That's interesting.
He might just go for undisputed, like shit, go for undisputed and get the fuck out of the way. Like, but then again, you don't want to give Devin Haney all them belts. You give him all them belts, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Cause shit, he ain't gonna, then he gonna start trying to do what T.O. was doing. Like, you know, I'm the top dog. I'm gonna fight who I want to fight when I want to fight him. Y'all motherfuckers gonna have to wait. Like I swear to God, like, cause T.O. wasn't fucking with nobody. When T.O. had them belts, like that's why I think he really lost. Like he just wasn't focused. Like he was just focused on the wrong shit. Like
Uh-huh.
he was too busy worried about like I'm that top dog and
Facts.
kind of like what Tank said last night. But you see, Tank said it after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
T.O. like
Yeah.
was saying it up to the fight. He was pushing Cambosis in the press conferences. It
He
was
was tripping,
all
bro.
types of shit, like talking shit. Like it was just like crazy shit.
He,
Like
he he was tripping, but you couldn't tell Drico nothing.
man,
Tico
that
like
motherfucker
Drico be
T.O.
saying, Oh, Earl walk on water. No, fucking Tio walk on water. You know what I'm saying?
Tio was on some
I was
bullshit.
like, this dude right here, he felt more in love with becoming the champ than anything else. He started
And,
talking reckless.
and you want to
Oh,
know another thing that I know for a fact about Tio? That motherfucker can make 135 easy.
mm,
Him and Bud, him and Bud has the same nutritionist. He can't use that as no excuse. He can make 135 easily.
mm.
Like literally, he could still make 135 if he wants to. He's not outgrown the weight for 2-3 fights with his dad saying no. Trust me,
I don't
Paulina
respect
and
them.
them, Paulina and them know. Like they made that weight. They know how to. What's the name? It's just that his ass didn't rehydrate how they was telling him because like I ain't gonna lie, T.O. dad wanted Bomac and Saul and all them to help him coach. But Bomac didn't want to do it because he said that T.O. dad is too like
Right.
he's
Yeah.
chaotic. Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
just chaotic,
I
bro.
see
Like
that.
he don't want to listen to nobody either. So like we just left him alone. But after Bud brought them nutritionists in the boxing game, bro, everybody you see Bud around, like all the fighters that Bud be around, they all use that nutritionist now.
Oh
And
wow.
every single one of them, Shakur, Keyshawn, Steven, Jamel, Mo, Tiafimo, all them use the same nutritionists. After Bud brought them in, they all, hey, Bomac Bud, like, who's your nutritionist? Right when them young guys came in or Mo and them came over, they all use the same nutritionist.
Wow.
Perfective athletes, they use the same nutritionist. They ain't never had a fighter that missed weight, ain't never had a fighter that was drained, none of that. Like, ain't never.
So what Tio did to not rehydrate correctly? What were you talking about with that?
Like they give him the right shit. Like they give all their fighters the right shit after, but it's just all the fact if how TL's gonna do it. Like he might be like, all right, I'm gonna drink this, I'm gonna take this, but I ain't gonna take the other shit to trying to get me. Like he probably just didn't like, or he was losing the weight wrong. Like that's something that they can't control.
Mm.
Like so he could have been losing the weight in a wrong way, or like because I know Bud was working with Snack this fight, and
Really?
like yeah, he was working with Snack this fight for the fight he just had, and I felt like he make weight easier when he's not using that, like when he's not using the Snack products.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
Wow.
honestly, that's that like as what I see. Like he didn't struggle making weight or anything, but I just feel like he makes it easier.
He pretty
He
much disciplined though. Bud is pretty much
yeah.
disciplined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he a more happier person when he's not. Like I seen a different side of. I don't know if it's just because he was fighting Sean Porter or what, but I just seen a different side of him.
Mm.
So it was just different.
Mm.
How about this? I got a question for you right quick.
Yeah,
Would you say, I always say, and I heard Bomac say it too, that you ain't seen the best of TC yet. And
I
have
think
you, when you see him fighting, have you, what percentage would you give TC like the most that he's been? 70%, 80%? You think he can turn it on? You think we ain't seen the best of him? How would you
and I
grade?
honestly got truth, and I'm not even saying this because my uncle. I think he ain't even hit his prime yet. Like that motherfucker's getting stronger and stronger. Like you see what he posted today. He posted like these guys should have fought me when I first was growing into the weight. Now it's over with. Like he just getting stronger. Like and it's crazy because he always been strong, always had punching power in both hands. But I just feel like the shit that I see him do in the gym, it's a lot of shit I ain't seen him do in an actual fight. Like I think he just do enough to win, really. Like, cause if you watch Boots, I swear to God, like Boots is a good ass fight. If you watch Boots, the shit he be doing, like not getting hit with this and that. Like y'all remember after Bud fought Gamboa when he was slipping punches, he wasn't getting hit that much, this and that, that and this. But then he took that away and started being more offensively and started getting hit more. And then now he's starting to fight and then break these fighters down, and then walk them down. Like he ain't been using a lot of shit that they work on really. Like I don't never really see it, and I think And honestly, what I think, I swear to God, I think what he doing, he use it because he been studying all these fighters. Like he been having all these fighters broken down since he came up. Like that's why I think he been pushing for that Earl fight so much because the last 4 fights we done been seeing the same shit, the same combination from Earl. So like that's why I think he kind of like nigga, come on, like because he already been having it broke down. Like if you could see when we was at the Denny Garcia fight, Bud was when they showed us on the screen, Bud was turned sideways looking at me, and he was showing me what type of jab Earl was throwing. Cause I'm like, damn, that's kind of sweet. What the fuck he doing? And he was like, man, that shit. He's like, that shit weak. Like I don't know why the fuck Danny can't get past. All he doing is it's a push jab. He'd throw the jab and then he'd kind of push Danny away from him. Like he ain't like he'll pop his ass, but he keeping it there and he pushing him with it. Like it's kind of like a push jab. He's like it's like a lazy jab just to keep him away. But he was already telling us like this how you get around that shit. Da da da. Like he was just breaking it down. I just be like, I think he don't want to show too much. So then when each fighter get in there with him or Earl get in there with him, he show a totally different TC. Like, and it ain't nothing from his previous fight. So
Right.
like, I just think that he ain't really show all the shit he could really do. But I think that Spitz fight gonna bring it out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
think honestly, and I'm on here now, and I always tell Travion, like it's gonna be sad, and I give it 50-50, but and I also said now I think your uncle will beat him, and it's 45-55. Now I think I got TC really opening it up and stopping Earl. I don't see Earl.
Tim Bradley said the same thing, but
uh,
I think if Bud was to stop Earl, I think it'd be 11 or 12. It'd be late, real late.
what you think,
Cause
Kwame?
I feel like
Oh boy.
Bud if he breaking Earl down and everything how it's going, I think Derrick James it's gonna kind of be like Derrick James ain't gonna be like throw it in like he gonna wait until it's like until it's just too bad or it's just like he gonna let Earl go out on the shield. I just feel like it'd be that way. Same with Bomac. If Bud ever got hurt and it was the Earl fight, I think he'd let him go out on the shield just because of a pride thing. Like that's what's gonna
Oh,
make that fight so good between the both of them. They
I'm
both
just
that pride.
well. Well, all I'm gonna say is, Bud better bring his motherfucking shield that night because he about to go out on that bitch when him and Earl fight. You know what I'm saying?
We can't never have no boxing expert. He always got to throw that in before he give his explanation why. Like, come on, man. God damn.
He just get right to it.
Yeah,
He gonna
yeah.
get right
Tell Bud
to it.
make sure he bring his shield with him so he can go out
Hey,
on it. That's all
so
I'm
watch
saying.
this, Drico. Watch this. Watch this, Kwame.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear who gonna kick who ass and how. Like,
I already told you. I already told you. I already told you.
hey, Drico. That's the only thing Drico kept saying. He started to ask that. I said, who gonna kick who ass and why? That's all
Oh,
I asked.
I
That is
already told you. I
banging.
already told you how I see that shit going
Oh
down.
fuck.
I already told you
That
how I see
shit
that shit
funny.
going down. Them motherfuckers, like you said, them motherfuckers going. It's going to be. Bud going to try to do that back foot shit, but them niggas going to be fighting in a fucking phone booth.
I
Watch and
think that
see.
shit, honest to God truth, I think that shit gonna fuck around and be a brawl.
It is. It's going to be a brawl. I'm trying to tell you.
I think it's gonna come down to like who gonna bitch who. Like motherfucker,
Yeah.
I'm about to have you go back, man, nigga. I ain't going back, you gonna go back, like and this shit gonna be in the middle of the ring, honestly.
Yeah.
But
That's what I
I
think.
think Bud Reach gonna give him the edge.
I feel like his reach in the beginning is going to it's going to I don't want to say it's going to present problems. I think it's going to be
That
something
motherfucker,
Earl's going to adjust to. He's going to have to adjust to. And
that motherfucker Earl long though.
yeah, I
He
feel like
long.
I feel like I feel like the fight honestly is going to go very similar to him and Kell Brook. I really feel like that. I feel like your uncle
But I
going to
think
have success in the beginning. He going to have boxing success in the beginning, and they going both of their nuts is going to drop, and they going to be swinging for the fences. The motherfuckers going to fight, And I just think your uncle's just not going to be able to keep up once they get, especially mid range. I just don't think your uncle going to be able to keep up with it. He's going to get broken down and just beat up. That's how I see it going down.
I see Earl I not holding up.
Okay, all right. Okay, I mean, look, that's
No,
fair. That's
no,
fair, man.
no. Honest to God, truth. I think really like this is why I want Earl to get back in the ring as soon as possible because I think like ring rust and like
Yeah,
just like I know he fought all them motherfuckers. He fought Kale, Sean, all them, so his experience is there. But I feel like the longer he out of the ring is the longer he's getting out, like he's getting
yeah,
behind. I feel like
yeah.
Bud every fight is getting better. Like he getting used to the way he getting this and that.
Hmm.
So like I just think by time they fight, shit, I feel like it's gonna be Earl last fight at 147,
I believe
and I
so.
feel like he gonna make the weight, but I feel like he gonna struggle because I think he gonna fight at least 2 fights before he even try to fight. But if they fight, it's probably not gonna be until the end of next year. It has to be like so. If not, like that's what I think. I think it'd be the end of next year, but I think he's gonna be struggling with that weight way too much because he said he only can make 147 at least 2-3 more times.
Well, he said
So
he only wants to fight at 147.
well, yeah,
Yeah, 2 more times. But I think he's gonna fight one fight, and I think they're gonna fight after that. I think you're
yeah,
correct. I don't think he wants to stay at 147 much longer.
hell
And
no.
yeah, and I think that's how it's gonna go down. They're gonna wind up.
But
He's gonna wind up.
I did tell everybody. I said, listen, if Earl last fight and he struggled with that weight, he gonna go up and try to make Bud come to 54 and fight him. And I really believe that because you got to think Charlo about to fight Castano. That's gonna X what the fuck going on. Charlo gonna go up. That's perfect timing. Like he like, oh shit, I can't make this weight. Like you got to come fight me at 54 or something or some shit like that. But I hope that he want to be undisputed. He want to fight for it. So shit, we gonna see. But I hope this shit happen in the summer. I do not want to be in basketball season because I'm getting benched that next game. Nigga, I'm not missing it.
Right.
I think
I'm
we
not
all gonna
missing
be
it.
there, man. I,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
I
yeah.
just
missing
think
it.
I think it's per usual. I just think that TC got more, and I think they gonna each one of them's gonna cancel out one of them's pluses,
Strength.
the strengths. Yup, and I
It's
think
gonna come
that
down to who got
TC
more
got
in their bag.
yup, and I think TC has more in the bag because without that jab, I don't see Spence even. I know TC is quick enough to get around that jab though, so I'm not even worried about that. See what
Okay.
happened to Kell Brook with the jab, so we're not even worried about the jab.
Okay.
Nah,
I
that
believe.
shit was just that shit, man. If you would have seen that shit in person, bro, I didn't even know what the fuck happened. I swear to God, like I was just like, dude, like, is this shit for real? Like, and it's like Kell Brook, dumbass, ran right into it, neck all out, like his neck snapped the opposite way. Like, I was just like, but I didn't know that reaction. I thought he was gonna get dropped from that, but I didn't know that reaction was gonna happen. Like that was like when Bud hit Victor Postal. You remember when Victor Postal turned his
Oh
head and
yeah,
started? That was the same exact shit, but it's like Kell was fucked up.
yeah.
There was nothing he can do. But how Kel was talking at the weigh-ins, I was like, damn. Then I was looking at him. I swear to God, Kwame, don't laugh either, because you might think I'm sweet when I say this. I said, hey, look, I said, damn, this motherfucker, Kwame was right. This motherfucker big than a motherfucker. Like, I'm like, damn, this nigga ran big than a motherfucker. Like I'm like, God damn. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I did not know he was this big. That nigga Bud, I swear to God, we in the locker room, Bud was like, Red, is he big like they say? He was like, he a little bit thick. He said, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to fuck him up. I was just like, yeah, that nigga, when that nigga told Bud, I'm about to fill up. I said, yeah, that nigga Bud was like, yeah, I'm gonna fill up too. Bud was like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to figure out how heavy I'm about to come in. This motherfucker about to be big than the motherfucker. Man, I looked at Kale and after that weigh-in, when he got from the weigh-in till he got in the ring, I was like, this motherfucker big as fuck, dude. Like, I'm like,
Velocity.
he was thick.
Now listen, tell Kwame how big Jeff Horn is.
Jeff Horn bigger than Kell Brook.
Damn.
Jeff
Yeah.
Horn, Jeff Horn, but I say like he's wider.
Right.
Kelmore like cut and physically like probably physically strong, but I feel
Hmm.
like Jeff Horn like
Just
just
a bigger
body
dude.
wise like he big
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah, he's a
Like
bigger dude.
Jeff Horn like 5'8", 5'9", and he wide as me, and I weigh 190, and I'm
Damn.
like that's how like he just wide as fuck. But like Porter wide as fuck too.
But he's
But
just
I think
short.
Jeff Horn, yeah, Porter just short. Jeff Horn was tall and kind of big. But like I think that what helped Bud was Jeff Horn basically did the same thing like Sean Porter did, but Jeff Horn wasn't he don't swing wild. Like he try to get low, he try to do a little sweet under shit, kind of what Cruz was doing. Like, but Jeff Horn, what he was doing, he'd step right in the ring and then he'd come under like this and he'd try to get at you with his footwork. But like Sean Porter, like that motherfucker was just like his timing was good as fuck too.
Porter.
Like fuck yeah, and he was fast as fuck. Like that seventh round, me and my auntie looked at each other, and I'm like, man, Bud gotta stop this motherfucker. Like this shit kind of close. Like I'm like, he gotta stop this
Yes.
motherfucker. I was like, cause
Yes.
he gonna start. I'm gonna fuck you up.
That nigga wasn't asleep though, bro. What you talking about?
Hey,
He
so
wasn't asleep.
I'm looking at Sean Porter, and I'm just like, Bud about to take off. So Bud was up. I think Bud was up like 3 rounds. They said or something like that on the official. And then I was like, all right, it's cool. But I was like, no, he gotta stop this motherfucker. I want to talk shit in the boxing group. He gotta stop this motherfucker. Like that's all I was just thinking. That's the only thing I was thinking. Then when he stopped him, I said, ooh, I'm about to light this motherfucking boxing group up. I was like, I
Hey,
can't
Trey
wait to get
called
back
me.
to the
He
hotel.
said, "Did you see the fight? Did you see the fight?"
My mama, I was turned. Only thing I was mad at is that Bud got fucking cut, dude.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the only
Oh,
thing
the
I was
headbutt.
mad at. Yeah, man. I was just like, fuck, nigga, like that shit take a motherfucking cut. You see Jamel, and Jamel
Yeah.
my guy,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I told Jamel, I said, damn, Jamel, Bud's son can hit you, your shit gonna open up. He started laughing. Jamel my guy
Man,
though.
That's what's
that's
up.
what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to close out because I gotta go to work. I
Yeah,
got
I'm about to
Yeah.
do some homework
yeah.
and shit. I'm gonna
So
hit y'all.
I appreciate
Okay,
it. Good,
bro.
good luck coming on,
All right.
Trey. Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When your next game? You said Wednesday,
Thursday, actually. Thursday and Saturday.
and you said y'all playing the number one team in the country. What team is
Yep,
that?
on Saturday. Northwest Missouri State.
Northwest Missouri State. Okay, is it a home or
Yep.
away game?
Home. I'm gonna send you the link.
Oh yeah. Shoot me the link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey
no
man,
problem.
give me your Instagram, man. Put your Instagram thing down there for people want to follow you or something, man. Put your IG on.
Shit. Travion_Crawford on Instagram. Travion Crawford on Facebook. And then Travion_C3C and then number 3 on Twitter.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Appreciate
That's
it.
what's up.
All right,
Yes,
man. Well, we're
sir.
gonna close out, man. I want to say
All right,
thanks
man.
to salute to the chat, salute to the panel. We definitely appreciate you guys. Stay loyal to the game, and we out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
My